Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. I am your whimsical Dungeon Master, Victoria, and we're back, and we're gonna play some D&D, but before we do that, we've got announcements and a recap to go through. So, Kristy, if you could be so kind as to roll the clip.
Good evening, and welcome to the show. Now, here's a word from our sponsors. Little Dragon Core is a Canadian-based dice company that supplies all kinds of cool tabletop gear. I mean, look at all these pretty dicey boys. Head on over to littledragoncorp.com and enter the coupon code BONUS for 15% off your order. That's BONUS. Cardboard Castle Games is a brick-and-mortar game store local to Evans, Georgia. They have a wide selection of tabletop gaming and other cool games like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon cards, and even Yu-Gi-Oh! You can visit them in-store and let them know that we sent you, or you can go visit their website at cardboardcastlegames.com. Also, big thanks to Syrinscape for the amazing atmospheric sounds and music. You can add these sounds and more to your game when you download the Syrinscape desktop or mobile app. The app is free and comes with 20 sound sets that are included to get you started. You don't even need to register. Go to Syrinscape.com to find out more. Thanks as well to Adrian Von Ziegler for providing some additional music that we use here on Thursday nights. He's a talented composer with great content usage rights, so go check out his YouTube and Patreon and support him if you can. Please check out our other games. We stream almost every day here at Probo. We have games for several of the major published 5e modules, as well as homebrew games, and some of our games feature systems other than 5e, like Star Wars, Power Rangers, and Alien. Come watch all of our VODs over on our YouTube. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Don't forget, you can also support the channel by following, by subscribing, remembering to click the bell notification so you never miss another live stream, using channel emotes, and if you're an Amazon Prime user, you get a free subscription to Twitch every month. Thanks again to all of our sponsors for supporting Proficiency Bonus. And now, back to the show.
Thank you, Kristy, for doing those announcements. Love to see it. Good stuff. Yeah. And now we're gonna do a little recap. I feel like it should be fairly straightforward. So Ink, if you could be so kind as to recap for the people.
Of course. So, when we began last time on Wild Beyond the Witchlight, the party was coming together to do a magical ritual for a special rebirth day party. What this ritual involved was trying to get an entire group of people to dance non-stop for about an hour. So we broke it up into 15-minute chunks, and the party had to perform and intimidate and use magic and distract and delight. It got a little bit steamy in the middle there, and then we all really brought it home. And the crowd was able to complete the rebirth, changing one very, very old man into one super cool spirit fox. With the rebirth complete, Sam asks the party to quickly step away. But before that, we did notice the first of two bodily transformations, being that Ego has sprouted a cat's tail, as part of the agreement with a very, very peculiar cat creature that wants to watch over a very, very cute cat friend. Said friend also was able to create a tressum as part of a pact boon. So what was the name again of the tressum, Kristy?
I don't think it's actually been...
I don't think it's actually been named yet. No, I don't think so. No.
Okay,
I don't think it's been named yet.
As of yet unnamed.
To be named. A yet to be named Tressum Familiar. As the party was coming aside with Sam, it became time for Dawn to swear his oath of the ancients under Sam to preserve the light and love and whimsy and all of that good stuff of the Feywild. But at the same time, we had our second bodily transformation, where Aurum, in a much more painful and kind of gory way, sprouted horns from his skull, ripping out of his cranium. He was definitely in pain. Ego was able to ease it a little bit, but mostly just sort of be weird. But stitched the wounds closed, and then he and Clover went to go sit, and actually all three of them went to go sit and watched as Don swore his oaths, his paladin oaths, that he definitely 100% wanted to do, and was not coerced into doing at all. And that's where we left off pretty much.
Another quick point that I think is important to remember for probably for Dawn is that Sam let you know that should you find the thing that you're missing, he would be able to reunite you with it fully, as there seems to still be some sort of like partial curse on the people who have found their lost things. They have them in their possession, and by using these items that contain their lost things are able to somewhat like regain what was lost, but to be fully reunited with it, he let you know that you would probably need an archphase power. And when Dawn was like, how am I gonna do all of this when I'm the way that I am? Sam was like, I could help you with that. So Dawn at the very least has a path to becoming whole once again.
Yeah, I don't know about the rest of you fucking losers, but also not my problem.
You know who will definitely make everything better for me? My mom. Just gotta find her.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That won't go wrong at all. Yeah.
She'll help you guys too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I don't think I actually have an Aurum token. I gotta make an Aurum token. Hold on. Not on this page. I need to... Come here, little buddy.
Oh yes, we did go back to the inn, didn't we? We had Sam teleport us back.
Yes, you and Clapper Claw as well. From where he was in the kitty tent. You have a little... I don't know how to make that go away. You have a little aura around you.
It's a condition. He should be able to click himself and click the like little thumbstick looking symbol and turn it on and off.
Yeah, that's
there we
just,
go.
Yeah,
I
don't
think I
touch
got
my
something.
aura.
I turned off your aura. Oh!
How
I just
dare
killed you!
How
I accidentally...
dare you?
Oh my god.
No!
What's going on? You've made an aura you've made his aura as big as the map.
Oh
No. That was me. I'm just trolling.
Oh my god.
You thought you could defeat my aura.
Wow. Alrighty.
But
Well,
little did you
yeah.
know I am Aurum.
Aurum with the big old aura. But yeah, the group of you is transported back to the swamps, and you land in the muck directly in front of the inn at the end of the road, which is settled down and has stopped for passenger pickup. And Clapper Claw is there beside you, and I will spare you the specifics, but is instantly talking nonstop.
Nice.
I won't do that to you unless you really want me to do that. But yeah, he's telling you about his time in the kitty tent.
What we need to do is just have someone record, like, between sessions, record, like, an hour straight of just talking, and then you can play it. You can play it
Play
on
in
the
the
bot
background.
and turn the volume down. Yeah.
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 Maybe I'll do that one day.
Clover's too nice to not engage. Like, you would hear it nonstop.
Who needs Chat GPT when you've got Clapper Claw? Am I right?
Oh, buddy.
He's just happy to be here. He's just like happy to be with you all.
We do kids eat free at the inn? Is there?
I guess you gotta find out.
Oh, gosh.
We keep taking people here. All right.
Do we get a
Well, that's
referral
because
thing?
I
Referral
mean,
code?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that we'll probably have to get Clapperclaw a room, but I feel like Sue probably has a soft spot for kids.
I guess you gotta find out.
Yeah, she wants
She-
a lot of them.
Oh no.
Never mind.
No.
Never mind.
No, no.
No!
I'm not wrong though.
Hide your Aurum, hide your Dawn.
Yeah. Oh, and then God. So, as a reminder, from
Yeah.
when you looted the dragon hoard, you got like 17 trinkets and a bunch of other stuff. And then
Damn.
before that, you guys also got a lot of trinkets. You had gotten like 1, 2, 3. You'd gotten 3 more trinkets from Agden. And I don't think you've spent any since going through the stuff with Agden and the brigands.
Oh.
You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 6 more from bargaining with the dragon. So you guys have like 26 trinkets that you got since talking to the dragon.
that we haven't split up.
We haven't split up.
I don't think you've split them, and I don't believe you've spent them at all either.
I think we split the dragon ones because I have the 8-ounce glass.
Let me see. I think because I have a trinket section. I have 4. One of them is the severed chicken foot on leather cord, which was, I think, one of those 6.
Yeah, that was one of the ones from.
Yeah, I have 4 as well right now.
I have 7 trinkets.
Yeah, because
No.
I have 6, but I have most of mine are old because I haven't used them much.
No, I have 5 trinkets actually.
We didn't split up the 3 that we found in long scarfs in Agden's pockets. That's
because I think you
clockwork
guys needed it
dragonfly,
more.
the chess piece. Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
So let's see. So is it trinkets from the dragon that the chicken's foot, tinted glasses, pair of leprechaun boots, dream catcher, glass slipper, 8-ounce glass wine bottle? Are those all accounted for?
Yeah.
In
We
everyone's
split up
inventories?
the dragon ones, yeah. Because I have I have the 8-ounce glass and I have the tinted glasses.
I also
I
took
have-
I took Agden's branding iron, and I don't know if that's worth anything, but I have it.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So, if you guys want to just do it like numerically, because I want to say there are 26 total new trinkets that you have gotten.
Okay.
On top of what else you already had. So, if some of you want to take like specific trinkets, like the chicken's foot, that's totally fine. Otherwise, like as long as you guys can keep track of that like pool of 26, in case you're here, you know that there's people who sell things here. So just something to like keep an eye on if anyone's going to do any shopping, which I do believe there might be at least one person here who is of a class that constantly needs to buy things. So yeah.
Yeah,
Capitalism is part of your class mechanic.
Yeah, Aurum. Always
Yeah.
having to fucking buy shit.
Yeah, my bad.
You don't even use weapons.
Could I get hand wraps that are like +1?
No.
Damn.
Maybe. You have to ask.
Well,
Let's go inside and see Sue and see if we can get Clapperclaw set up here.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Waiting in
Alright.
the swamp.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys can
We still need
enter-
to end up bringing the chime back to the goblin.
The
jingle
key.
jangle.
Jingle jangle.
Jingle
Yeah,
jangle.
yeah.
Yeah, jingle jangle's special key. Jingle jangle's little chime. But yeah, you can enter at the end of the road. If the group of you steps into like the kind of like kitchen and check-in area, Sue's actually not there. And she's always there.
Oh no.
Ugh, she's
I don't like
fucking
that.
dead.
No,
They
don't
killed
say
her.
that. Don't manifest that. No. Don't manifest that.
Maybe
Is she
maybe we
sick?
can does she have like a little like a call bell?
Ding ding ding.
Yeah.
Like ring that a couple times?
Yeah, you ring it a couple times, and then the like wooden countertop of the check-in desk like flings up at you, and the bell like flies at your head. Roll a dex saving throw.
Oh God.
Oh no!
Ian,
the
why are you being mean to me?
The inn is angry.
And 11?
Yeah, you're able to kind of move your head out of the way in time.
What's going on?
In at the end of the road. Why did you do that? I'm trying to find Sue.
Yeah, what's going on?
Is Sue okay?
The door that you all came in through like creaks open.
In a like get out way or in a come this way?
You want to insight check the house?
Sure. I'm very bad at insight checking.
Wait, I want to also insight check the house. I want to try
for
to
it.
speak house. I'm just gonna roll.
I rolled a 1, so with my bonuses, that
Oh,
a 1.
Clover! I tried so hard and got so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the inn. It's very capricious.
Uh-huh.
Hard to say whether or not this is welcoming or dismissive. It could be either way.
Are we inside or outside the inn?
You're inside. You're like basically like, if you can see on the Roll20, like there's like this little room that has like, it's like the check-in like lobby, and then ignore the stairs that are here. It's basically like open space back here to the kitchen, and this kitchen back here is like where Sue normally is working.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have like the doors that you came in from, and then you would know that like the common area is.
And what
there,
doors
and
opened?
The door that you guys went into the little like lobby area from the hallway, and the door back to the hallway opens.
Oh, so like, gotcha.
Like to go back out into the hall.
Okay, yeah, I'll go back out in the hall.
Yeah. The inn has been pretty good to us, so I am willing to trust it and go out into the hallway.
Yeah.
Poke our head into the main lobby area, like the common room, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Stick my head in the common room.
Yeah, you open the door and it is very lively in here, and Sue is there, and she's like dancing, which you've never seen her do, because there is a bard in here, somebody who is familiar to you, specifically Clover too, Octavian, the individual whose heart you returned to his body, as it had been powering the icebox at Bavlorna's hut, is there, playing a joyful tune on his flute. And you can see that Sue is up and dancing, and she's actually dancing with Rosalie, the little halfling who wears the big galoshes. And you can see that Rosalie is holding like a big chunk of stone while she dances with Sue, and there's like a little orb of light that's like floating around the stone, and it's kind of like bobbing around Rosalie. But they're just like dancing to music. Captain Baja is here. Let's see. Black Donald is standing, like kind of like off in the corner, and is like watching the dancing, and is kind of like awkwardly like just like he's really trying, but it's like not good. And you would also see that Winanther, the painter who saw into Dawn's soul, is there. And she seems to be working on some of her art.
Oh my god, so many familiar faces.
But yeah, everybody's in there. They're partying. And Clapper Claw like is like, wow! Oh my gosh, there's a party happening here. Wow, I haven't ever been to a party before.
Yes, you have!
I've been to one party now. It was really cool. I think I want to go to another one. Can we go to this party? I really want to dance.
Let's go! I gotta go in.
And Clapperclaw like runs in there, and his like big stag skull
Let's
head
go.
is like clacking as he goes in. I think he like pulls probably at like Aurum's hand and is like, let's do an antler dance. I have antlers too. Now you have antlers. We do an antler dance. And he starts like waving his head back and forth.
Don
Which is literally just
in,
like a skull.
Don does the thing where he kind of just walks in and like leans on the door frame and it is like, are you guys not danced out?
I'm not dancing, but I'm joining.
I wasn't gonna dance, but now he wants me to dance for some antler dance or something. I don't know.
You may dance until you die.
I think after a bit of time, as you all kind of like shuffle on in,
Every week you get shocked by ego saying things.
the song would conclude, and everybody else that's like staying in the common room here would give Octavian a round of applause, and he bows, and he actually sits at the table with Wynn. And Rosalie takes her rock, and she goes and sits in one of like the big cushy chairs, and she begins talking to this like little ball of light that's kind of floating around this like stone, this like hewn stone. And I think Sue will like kind of see the group of you and is like, oh, I didn't realize you all were here. Welcome back. I am so sorry I was not at the desk. You know, sometimes an old woman just needs to get moving again. And it's been so long since we had a proper musician in this place to entertain my guests. And, you know, I mean, Octavian here is just such a wonderful flute player that, you know, I just decided to take a little break.
Yeah,
I trust that the inn was nice to you all.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. I'm so glad.
Ego like went like
It directed us in the right direction.
Well, I mean, all of your rooms are red. Oh, Aurum. What's wrong with your head? You're so much taller now. Can I see
I hit my antlers. I hit my antlers coming in here.
Oh my stars. You know what? You're just so tall now. Oh my stars. I'm getting a little flustered. I'll make sure that the inn gets a taller doorway. That way you can come and go as you please. You're always welcome, and I want to make sure that you feel comfortable when you're staying here. Do you want to come back to the kitchen with me? Maybe take a seat. I can cook you up some a fresh meal. We can chat a little bit.
I guess food sounds pretty good. So yeah.
And Dawn, did you want to come back too?
She really tried.
You're looking a little worn out.
Well, yeah, I was dancing for like an hour straight earlier, so I would like to actually just be able to sit.
Yeah, you know what? Boys, why don't you just come back into the kitchen? You can take a seat. I'll bake up some fresh bread. Maybe make you some tea to help you, kind of relax and calm down. I'll bring the rest of y'all some tea too. Get dinner going for everybody.
We also need a room.
And I'll point to Clapperclaw.
Why? Who is this charming little individual? Hello there. My name is Sue. I am the proprietress of the inn at the end of the road. Welcome. What is your name, you strange little cutie? And Clapperclaw like tilts their like skull head up. It's like, I'm Clapperclaw, and holds out a claw, and like they'll shake hands / claws. And Clapperclaw immediately is like, I've never been to an inn before. What's an inn? Do you go into an inn? I went into this inn. So what does that mean that at an inn? And why is it at the end of the road if there's no roads? And it's just like going, and Sue's like, I just bless your heart. You are just so special. Is this one's friends with y'all?
Yeah.
What is it?
A child.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah. I don't know.
Oh.
I just
Does
figured
it not
was.
have little. It's like filled with straw. and has a skull for a head? Does it have straw parents?
He said he was a
Wasn't
scarecrow.
Yeah, but didn't the hag like create him or like pull him and put him into the body?
He told
Like
you that he was like he remembers being with his parents, and then like a lady took him away, like an old lady took him away, and then he was in a place that was like dark and painful, and then Granny Nightshade took him from there and put him into a scarecrow.
because Kristy keeps forgetting that Clover has this ability, I'm going to mentally tell her Clapperclaw's story so I don't upset Clapperclaw. So I'm going to telepathically link and let her know the abridged version.
Oh, that's just, that just breaks my heart. Clapperclaw, sweetie, I don't know if you eat with that whole setup that you've got going on, but why don't we get you set up in a real comfy room, and anytime you want some company, or you need anything, a bath, or maybe just, more straw, you can just come see me. You know what, y'all? In exchange for bringing Octavian here, because he did mention that you all are the reason he was able to leave, this one's on me. And she will get Clapperclaw.
I bite my tongue to prevent myself from saying thank you, because I want to say thank you. Don't say it.
You would know that.
Gracious of you.
Yeah, Sue is usually like pretty chill. She's the one who told you about those rules, but she's pretty chill.
That's very kind of you.
She's also like she appears like half elven.
Okay.
So
she might not be fully tied to the, like, it's not as strict, maybe?
Well, you don't, it's her place. She can
That's
choose
true.
to enforce rules if she wants.
That's true.
Or she
I say
can
that's very
just
kind of you
be chill.
instead.
Oh, I know. I'm just such a sweetheart. Now, okay, let me get Clapperclaw set up, boys. You go wait in the lobby, and I will get the two of you set up. Now, you got these bandages around your head. Do you need a little something to get you feeling better, honey? She's looking at you, Aurum.
Oh yeah, because
you got your hair's kind of, you got some dry blood in your hair in that luscious mane of yours.
I did that.
The blood? Why would you make Aurum bleed?
Oh no, the bandit.
No, the horns, they grew in pretty fast. So
Oh.
yeah, there was a lot of blood. It was pretty rough. It hurt pretty bad.
His
Did
inner
you, like-
beast longs to escape.
Well, yeah. Did you like upset like a forest spirit, or maybe like absorb one into you?
I ate a random pear.
That'll do ya. It's usually fine to eat random food that you find around, but also you gotta be ready. Yeah, it's usually fine. Sometimes you'll find like special little treats out there, but you do gotta be careful of some weird side effects. Sometimes you'll like grow a tail, or like an extra toe, antlers. It makes sense. You're lucky you didn't turn to stone.
That would have been bad. That definitely would have been bad. Would have been pretty bad.
Yeah, probably. Especially in the swamp, it kind of would have like worn away, and you might have. It wouldn't be good. Water gets into the stone, and you get cracks. I'll get you good as new.
All right.
But yeah, you are all at the end of the road. Sue takes her beefy boys into the kitchen after getting Clapperclaw set up into a room. And yeah, she'll like get fresh bread baked for you so that you have something warm to eat. I think she makes you like a chamomile and lemon like tea. That she has like, because her kitchen is just so chaotic, and there's just random shit stuffed into every square inch of the shelves that go like floor to ceiling. And she actually has some like little pots of herbs growing, so she will like harvest the chamomile fresh and like dry it in the oven, and then like brew tea for you all. And she'll sit and chat with you. Or if you decide to partake of the tea, it's basically like a cure wounds.
Okay.
So you're not like fully healed, but I think a lot of the skin would start to like fuse back together.
Nice.
Because
Yeah, that's great.
She's a
That's
kitchen
fantastic.
witch.
Mhm.
Oh my god, she's the Neopets like lady at the soup
Yeah, like
kitchen.
the green, like the soup kitchen fairy. Yeah, yeah. For Ego and for Clover, what would you all like to do? You've got like everybody that you've met.
Everybody's
Everyone's
here.
here.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
poppin'.
Ego's got a lot of people to talk to. Captain Baja for sure, for reasons that are obvious. Also, Black Donald probably on my list of people to talk to. I know that he and I normally take those like two big armchairs by the fireplace. So I'll probably be doing that again. But I need to get stuff from Ahab first, and then I will be taking my seat to work in my spell book and talk with Donald. That's what I
Okay,
would
cool.
like to do.
And Clover, anything specific that you want to do?
I am messaging you something.
Oh, okay. So in that case, we'll deal with Ego real quick. So you can hop on over to Captain Baja, who just kind of like eyes you. He's just there like smoking a pipe, and will just like nod. You here to speak to Richard, or
Well, yes, but also I didn't see you last time we spoke. Where did you go?
well, trying to find a way past the mists. Thought perhaps it was time to try again. Unfortunately, doesn't seem like there's a way forth. At least for the time being. A captain longs to be reunited with his ship.
So you would leave then?
I do have trade routes that I need to be tending to, and unfortunately, I can't really get goods to or from anywhere if I can't trade. The inn at the end of the road does depend on some of my supply lines. Luckily, Sue is capable, and she finds a way to trade for things, but she has some limited supplies. I think that's part of why her establishment is so rude.
Well, I don't think that the mist is going part from these lands until we can restore Lady Prison. So,
Eyelass.
unfortunately, we're stuck in this fetid, darkened swamp together like a bunch of maggots on the same moldy piece of bread.
Well, you're not wrong. I have heard that there are people who can get through the mists, but those people are few and far between.
Oh.
So, Captain will wait until the mists part.
If we're able to restore Lady Prismere and clear the mist, where is your boat and where does it go?
Oh, cute, Kristy. Well, lad, I left my ship along the coast in the forests. It's well, it's near here. That's about all I could tell you. And as far as where I go, a little bit of everywhere. I guess you could say that my ship is special. And I trade across the Feywild occasionally through the astral seas. Found myself in planes quite strange and realms far beyond what most mortal minds could comprehend. Wherever people are willing to do commerce, buy and sell goods, I'll go there.
Do you go to a place called Waterdeep.
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with Waterdeep.
I know you are a tradesman. It's a trading boat, but would you ever consider someone uh, granting someone passage on your boat?
I have been known to occasionally ferry travelers, if they're interested in going along my routes, but usually they would need to be able to offer something up for the travel, whether that's labor on the ship or something of equal value for the distance that we're sailing.
Well, it would seem, I hope, that I and my friends are going to try and help Lady Prismere, Lady of Prismere, which would allow you to get to your boat. Would that, at the very least, offer in exchange some passage for us if we needed to go somewhere? I think that there are many places that we need and want to go, both near and far.
I think if you could restore Zybilna to power over Prismere, that would be a worthy enough exchange for travel. I do have a lot of routes that I'm probably very far behind on at this point, so if you wouldn't mind hopping through a couple planes, I could probably get you where you wanted to go. Waterdeep, you said?
One of the places, yes, which I believe is from the place that I am from. But also we might need to go to other places still here in the Fae.
Yeah, I will probably be going to at least one of the courts of either the Queen of Air and Darkness or Titania. Perhaps some of the other minor courts, but I think that could be arranged, that I could make a quick stop in Waterdeep.
Oh, that Queen Titania. Summer is so uncomfortable. But the darkness, it is always called. That would be a nice place to go.
Perhaps. I don't really find myself having a preference one way or another. The Pelican Lords have their own domain that I hail from. And we're not really associated with one or the other.
So many domains. Now I know of another. Pelican Lords. It must be very interesting.
It's the Pelican Lords of Pelican G.
Pelican Lords of Pelican G. Perhaps I will have to add that to one of the places I'd like to walk. I have no more that I would wish to bother you about, save for I would like to speak with Richard. We have business, and I have dreams.
He will open his bill, and after a short period of time, your favorite pop-eyed albino goldfish will pop his head out. Naked.
Yeah.
And he's
Hello,
ready to
Richard.
trade with you.
His little window comes up. I need spell scrolls or spell copying supplies for 2 second-level spells, which would be the equivalent of 100 gold pieces each, so 200 gold pieces worth of spell ink.
Okay. Let me check my... What was the coin amount? Of supplies?
It would be 200 total.
Okay. So Richard has 100 gold pieces of like paper and ink left. He would need supplies or the trade route restored to be able to get you more. But he will tell you that since he already asked you to like look out for any sort of like machine parts.
Yep.
That if you wanted to look out for any specific like plants that he could use to make paper and ink, he will, if you bring him the supplies in exchange, he'll give you paper and ink.
Okay. I will buy the 100 though.
Okay.
How much would that be in trinkets?
Yeah, so hold on, sorry.
Like, I know we actually got coin, I think, from the Dragon Horde, but
it's
I would
yeah,
probably be
he's
paying in trinkets.
yeah. So what is the gold cost for a first level spell?
50. It's
Okay.
50 per level.
So then it
So-
would be 2 trinkets. It's basically
Okay,
like
so
how whatever
trinket per
level whatever level the spell is, essentially.
Okay. That is super doable as I have trinkets now. So I will give him probably I'm wearing the glasses frame shaped like butterfly wings, so I will give him the leprechaun boots tied together and the tiny dream catcher and save the severed chicken's foot.
Yeah, I kind of figured as much. All right, so the tiny dream catcher and the leprechaun boots.
That is correct.
Cool.
And then, you know, I've asked him before. Did you put a note somewhere of scrolls that he had? I feel like you did.
Yes, I can tell you the scrolls that he has. He has
nope,
told you. Oh, you got
I
it?
got it. Yep.
Okay. He has told you that, like, he can probably make any specific scroll that you want, but it's just that, like, it takes time. And, like, if
Yep.
it's, like, especially if you're going, like, 3rd level or above, he's going to need, like, what would equate to, like, weeks of time to be able to do that.
Yeah. I'm looking from his list right now of what he just already has straight up to buy. I'm a little ways away from getting counter spell, so probably get. I'm trying to go as quickly as possible, my friend.
You're fine.
I'm sorry.
No, yeah,
No,
don't
you're
worry.
fine.
Don't worry
We're
about it.
chilling. Do you want to take some time to, like, look at them and think, and then we can come back? Because I don't want you to feel rushed.
I think I got it. So, is it also the same price, a trinket per spell
Yes.
level? Okay. So then I will also get the 2nd level spell scrolls, Detect Thoughts, and Nether's Mischief.
Okay. Yes,
And I
that would
will
be
just
4
spend
trinkets.
I will spend the 4 trinkets from my miscellaneous trinkets.
Okay,
that I had a
so
pile of.
is that from, like, the communal pile?
Yes. Jamie suggested that, we had 20 remaining, so 5 for everyone. I added 5 miscellaneous trinkets. I just spent 4.
Okay, so then everybody else should have 5 left. From
that.
the
in addition
Dragon
to whatever-
Horde and et cetera, et cetera. Okay,
et cetera, et cetera. Yep.
everybody, you should note that on your sheet. In your notes
plus
or
5.
in your, like, in your other items, add, like, 5 trinkets from Black Dragon / Agden, or, like, however, just, like, make sure you note that. Because if you do not have it on your sheet, then you do not have it in your inventory. Then, like, because it's a lot of trinkets, and it's not as easy as managing as gold.
Yeah.
So.
You know what I should have done? I should have just put the value of, like, Electrum at, like, the number of trinkets that I had, because you never use
I mean, if you
Electrum.
want to do that, you can. Just make sure you, like, leave a note for yourself somewhere that you're doing that, so you don't forget. But if you guys want to do, however you want to track it, if you want to make an item with charges and, like, check off charges when you spend them or something, like, you can do that. Just make sure you have it noted, because they be coming and going, especially when you kill bosses. But yeah, you can get those scrolls.
All right, that is all of my shopping. So I will be going, and if Black Donald is here, if Black Donald is in his chair, I am going to look at Black Donald and we stare at each other, and I will go to the other chair, and I will very embarrassingly probably have to ask someone to help me move it because I have 6 strength. And it's a big armchair, and I will put
Donald
it closer
is not
to him.
Donald is not in his chair. He was actually standing up like in the corner and doing like what he would attempt to call a dance. And you can actually see that he has his like clawed lizard-like feet like on full display, which he usually has his big blanket like covering his feet.
Oh, yeah.
But like toes out. The dogs are
All right, it's
the
that
dogs
kind.
are out.
It's that. Hey, my dogs were out at the my dogs were out at the last party I was at.
Wow,
so.
wow.
And one of those 2 big armchairs, Rosalie is actually sitting in, and she's like got that stone in her lap and is talking to like this little ball of light.
Oh.
That is floating
I
around
see.
the stone.
Well, I will take the other armchair then, and I'm going to start copying one of these scrolls into my book, which means I'm drawing.
Okay, good stuff. Clover, what you doing? You've got your new friend Luna, who is like probably resting on your shoulders this entire time.
You see what I did there?
All right. Yes, Miss Moon.
Anything in particular you want to do?
Can I like just go? Can I hear? Is she speaking out loud to this little flame?
Yeah, she's like full on talking to it.
Is it talking back?
Yeah.
Was it what? Can I eavesdrop?
Yeah.
Can I use my cat ears to try and be like, what's up with that?
Are you like trying to be like sneaky about it, or are you just straight up like standing there like?
It's the curiosity killed the cat moment where she's like,
you're like the little
head
kid at the
tilt.
restaurant booth who like stands up and turns around and stares at the people on the other side.
It's 100% what she's doing.
Okay, yeah. So you're able to like fully listen in. You're not trying to be sneaky, so there's not really like any kind of check that would be required here. You can hear that Rosalie is kind of saying like, well, yeah, and then I actually found this really interesting mushroom that had this like purple hair growing off, and I ate it. And I definitely might not do that again, but it was kind of fun because these little purple spots appeared like all over my skin, and then they kind of just like tickled. It was very strange. I don't really know if it did anything else, but it was really great. I can take you back over there if you want to see it sometime. And then the little like orb is like, oh yeah, I think that sounds pretty fun, and I would love to go see that with you, Rosalie. I love spending time with you. I'm just glad that we can spend time together again. And then she's like, oh, Bilston, it's so great that I was able to bring you back over here. I missed you so much. If you wanted, maybe I could get some dinner from Sue. I could put a plate down and put the rock on the plate, and it could be
okay. I turn around. I realize what I'm like watching. I'm watching a date happen, and I'm like, oh, like blushing and like hiding behind the chair, like full blush, like, oh, so cute.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So it seems like she took a stone out of the well and was able to successfully take Bilston's will-o-wisp soul that is tied to the well and like transport him here.
That is freaking adorable. My goodness.
Yeah, but
I'm loving how full we're getting the inn with the people that we meet. That's so fun.
Yeah, like as you right before you like turn away, you would see like the little like ball like goes down to like her cheek and like kind of like fuses with her cheek, and there's this tiny little spark of electricity, and like you hear like a little kissing sound, and she's like,
yeah, beet red tomato blush turns around like a bright red. Like, oh, it's so cute.
Anything else that you want to do?
Who else is here? Who else can I
like
spy on?
Oh god, literally everybody. Okay, so you've got Captain Baja is there, and Moby Richard. You can see the two of them are conversing with Ego for a bit.
Yeah.
You've got Black Donald, who is just standing in a corner and is like holding like a goblet, and it's just kind of like smiling and like looking at everybody and occasionally like drinking from this goblet. Rosalie is there with Bilston's spirit. Wynn, the artist who looked into Dawn's soul, is at the table and seems to be working on her art. And Octavian is actually sitting at the table with her, the bard whose heart you put back into his body.
I think I might go see what Ego's doing. So they're doing magic stuff?
Yeah, Ego's drawing, like, after you kind of, like, sit for a little bit and just, like, absorb the surroundings, Ego sits down in the other armchair, and is, like, drawing in their book.
Okay, I want to go see what he got.
All right.
Yeah.
So, because you've seen Ego going through most of the book, it has these pictures that were drawn by Ego's mother, and it's a particular style. Ego draws in that like illuminated manuscript like style that's very like flat from like Middle Ages Europe. And you've seen some of the stuff that they've added. There's like Sir Talavar slaying a dragon, and he has like a silver tongue, and that's my silvery barb spell. But there are new drawings that Ego did over the time that we've been traveling and sleeping and stuff. I have added, when we leveled up, I added the spell Knock. There is a drawing of Jingle Jangle. And basically, Jingle Jangle is like smiling and laughing, like holding her hands up. And there's all of these keys raining down, like from the sky.
Oh my god,
like,
that's so smart!
Like, there's a little like chandelier of like made of like padlocks.
Oh, cool.
That's like above her. And then my other spell that I added when I leveled up is I took Misty Step, and there is a picture of Agden. And he is leaping over a candlestick with his scarf kind of flowing behind him in the wind. But what he doesn't see, so like he's jumping over it as if to escape and looking over his shoulder as some guards are trying to chase him. But what you see in the foreground that he doesn't notice as he's jumping is there is a hunter's snare that he is about to land into.
Oh no!
Because he got caught.
He did get caught.
Now, Ego is adding a new spell. I am adding the spell Wither and Bloom. And this one is becoming quite personal. It is sort of like a playing card illustration where there's an upside and a reverse side, and there is a drawing of, it's just lightly sketched right now, but it looks like you three in like a field of golden wheat, and then on the underside it is a black rose bush where Ego is kind of curled up inside of a rose flower bud. But smiling.
Oh, Ego, these are really pretty.
Oh.
Sorry. Oh, sorry. Was I
okay.
not supposed to look, or is it private?
Not to you.
You're really good.
Yeah.
I didn't know this is how you do spells.
Yes. It's how my mother did her spells. The spell is connected to a thought or a memory or a feeling. And the picture both reminds us of that, but within its style and structure must contain the tricks to perform the magic. Hints about the words, the incantations, it's boring.
No, that sounds really smart. And it looks really good. I didn't know. This is really cool.
Well, that's very kind of you to say.
I mean, you're really talented. Like, even if you weren't doing spells and cool stuff, it's really pretty.
Well, I mean,
Have you
I
always
had a
been
lot of time.
drawing?
As early as I can remember. It was one of the few tasks, I suppose, I was allowed to do in my spare time that was considered not a chore.
Mm-hmm.
And it's helpful. You can draw things so you can remember them.
Yeah, sure. Helps get out feelings, too.
Oh, I suppose. Yes. You have to attach feelings into the drawing for the magic to take hold.
Like intentions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Intention is a good word for it.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes total sense.
Magic without intention is, I don't know. It's like singing without words, or maybe cooking without a, well, I guess you can.
You
cook without a
can sing without
recipe.
words.
There's not really anything that directly compares
I
to
think
it.
I know what you mean.
It's pointless.
not Yeah, it's not about. Then it's just about the power and whatever that means.
Yes, and power without intention is just pointless.
Yeah.
I have intention with my magic and the power that I have.
I think I have intention. Mine's mostly instinct. It's really weird.
I did want to talk with you about your magic. Because
Oh?
you didn't always have it.
Nope. Nope, I didn't.
I dare say maybe it's fairly new in the grand scheme of things.
See, everyone tells me it's new, but it feels longer for me. I don't really know how long, but it's definitely not new.
But you don't.
I guess it's new to everybody else but me?
But you don't do this. And I kind of gesture at the book. You don't.
No. I mean, I wish I could do that. That looks cool.
My mother taught magic, but I do know, because I'm quite sure that either my mother or someone that she knows could do it. Magic can be given. Magic can be traded.
Yeah.
Did someone give it to you?
I think so. I remember wanting to go see your mom.
Like, my intention was to go see her. And then I got lost for a while, and I was alone. And then I was really sad, because being alone sucks sometimes. All the time. And then I wasn't alone anymore. But then the magic, I guess, joined it.
But you don't really remember?
It's really hazy. I remember lots of colors and feelings and smells and sounds and comfort. It comes back,
I think,
but not often.
but you don't remember coming to see my mother.
I definitely did not get to. I was I'm not very graceful sometimes. And I might have tripped and fell somewhere and I didn't make it to your mom's hut.
But I think that you did encounter her.
I did?
Maybe not in the way that you intended. I don't remember you coming to my house.
I
But
definitely don't remember seeing
you-
you.
Magic and intention. You said it was your intention to get something from her. And I think that she had a hand in making you what you are.
You think so?
Ego thinking, I know so, but yes. She always could tell when someone had intentions. She didn't always need to wait, and you definitely didn't need to just come to my house to speak with her.
Did you have a well on your property?
Did we have a well on our property? Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We need water.
Uh-huh.
We have a well.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Maybe it was
That's
your
a very
mom.
specific. Did you meet someone in a well?
No, I fell down a well. It was really embarrassing and painful. And it really hurt. I just thought, it's like, I'm clumsy, and, like, in hindsight, it seems like just my bad luck at the time. Because, it was after. It was after.
And then, did someone help you out of the well?
I don't really remember how I got out of the well, but
It could have been our well, and I think it was my mother.
I don't remember her.
Um, well, it sounds like her.
Well,
but-
when I got back, I remember being really disappointed that I didn't even make it to her, because, like, maybe it could have been different. Maybe she could have fixed it in the beginning.
Probably could have, but something was given, and so something must have been taken in return. I remember that you didn't always look like this, Clover.
I know.
So you changed.
Yeah.
For the better? For the worse? I don't know. That is something that maybe for the better and for the worse. complicated. But tell me, does the name the Jade Emperor mean anything to you?
Roll a history check at disadvantage.
Because I really want to know. Oh boy. Clover die. Clover die. Where's my cat die? Okay. History?
Mm-hmm.
You got
You know
that
what?
D6.
I was just gonna say I think I'm gonna roll a d6.
Yeah,
Because
you guys
that...
do get. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how much better this is gonna get. Such a Clover
Eagle,
roll! Such
what's
a
Eagle's
Clover
passive
roll!
perception?
Huh?
What's your passive perception?
Mine is 12. Just 12.
Okay.
Well, I rolled a 1 on that d6, so that's a total of 8.
Yeah, you're really not sure, like, if you've ever heard that name before, because there are so many gaps in your memory from, like, that time where you were just, like, in a jumble of, like, color and music and, like, energy.
Yeah.
It's hard to say whether or not you do or do not know that name. Ego, when you, like, say the Jade Emperor, you can see that Clover's Tressum Luna, like, her fur, like, puffs up.
Okay.
I don't-
Ego noticed that, but is focusing on it.
I don't remember. But I don't remember
That's,
a lot. So I just
it does
remember.
seem that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is all right. We all wander in darkness. Just don't be afraid of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Telling
Easier
me
said
not
than
to be...
done, huh?
Yeah! Easier
Oh.
said than
Oh.
done.
Well, Ego will say, like, you know, that's where I am.
It's a very meek, okay, I'll try. I'll do my best.
Just because you cannot see them doesn't mean that you wander alone. I think that there are many people who are looking out for you. Not the least of all being this new edition that you have created.
Little baby. Oh yeah, this is Luna. Luna, this is Ego.
Hello, Luna.
Luna, like, headbutts Clover a little bit, and then, upon the introduction, will kind of, like, tilt her head back and forth a couple times, and then she stretches out her wings and, like, gives her whole body, like, a little shake, and then will, like, jump over, onto Ego's lap. Like, probably, like, on your book, and, like, possibly smearing some paint, getting, like, a paw print on some of the ink, and will, like, look up at you and is like, meow. She, like, puts her paws up on your chest and begins, like, sniffing at you and doing, like, the little kitty cat sniff where they, like, open their mouth halfway to get, like, a good sniff, and they're like, she's like, and, like, sniffs at you.
Okay.
She starts, like, rubbing her cheeks on you.
As I was saying, you are so soft. As I was saying, there are plenty of people that are looking out for you and your skin. So please don't be afraid.
Okay.
Luna will jump back over, like a little glide over to Clover. But yeah, let's cut on over to our
Yes,
gents.
please.
So yeah,
Oh.
I mean, you know, Sue hangs out, she chats with the two of you, and just like she always loves to hear about the adventures and the things that you've like done. I don't know if you guys have told her yet about Bavlorna.
No, this is the first time we've gotten back to the inn since, yeah.
But yeah, like if you guys like mentioned that you like drove her out, she's like so happy.
Yeah, I was going to say that's actually what Dom was going to talk to her about specifically.
Yeah.
He was basically, I mean, he'll engage in like the small talk and stuff, but he wants to know if she knows like a little bit more about like where the other members of the coven might possibly be, because he will mention, you know, because Bavlorna isn't really going to be an issue here anymore.
Yeah.
Because we kicked her out.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, honey, it does make sense that there be others in the group. From what I know about hags is that they're powerful enough on their own, but when you get 3 of them together, they get weird magic. They get magic the likes of which regular folk, even practitioners of the arcane arts, can't really hope to achieve. I guess it would make sense that that's kind of what's happening here, since we're just stuck in this little part of Prismeer, and I mean, there's the forests, we can't get to the forests, there's the mountains, we can't get to the mountains, and I mean, the Palace of Heart's Desire, you can't even hardly see it anymore. The highway that leads there has crumbled, it's impossible to get anywhere because of these mists, so it makes sense there would be others. I don't know who they are, I've been here.
Yeah, that makes sense. I figured that if they were here, we'd probably be hearing about them. So you're saying that we have to find some way through the mist if we want to go find the others.
Yeah, you know, the magic that is keeping all of us here is pretty serious stuff. But the thing is, with anywhere in the Feywild, if you know the right way to get where you're going, you can get there. Even if it seems like it would be impossible. The only issue is that myself, good old inn here, and everybody that has been staying here recently, none of us know the way through the mists. We haven't figured it out yet.
Alright. Well, that at least gives us something to think about.
Roll a history check.
Yeah. Figure. Yeah, I'm not very good at these. That wasn't a very good roll either. History. 10.
That is exactly what you needed. You remember, like, because I believe I think you were the person who found Clapperclaw first.
Oh, right,
And
yeah.
from everything that you've heard, Clapperclaw mentioned running away from Granny Nightshade's house and coming
Right.
here to the swamps.
Right. He kind of, like, thinks about it for a moment, and then he fucking... Oh... I think I might know someone.
Really? I mean, if this person that you know is willing to lead a couple other people through the mist, I think I'm just gonna stay where I'm at, because if Bavlorna's gone, then that means at least these swamps, they may not change back to how they were, but they probably won't get worse. It'll probably just stay the same. But there might be some other folk here that are looking to get out of Dodge. So if you're willing to take other folk, I mean, you could ask around. But that's pretty rare. I haven't met anybody who really knew how to get from here to anywhere else. So you should
Well,
probably keep that person close.
we'll have to see if he's even willing to do it, but he seems like he at least knows how to get back one way.
Usually, if you can find your way into a domain, you can find your way back out. Usually, the way to get to one side is connected to the way that you get to the other.
But, yeah. The gross lady taken care of for now. I don't exactly know where she went, because we kind of just told her to get out of here.
Well, you know what? That is good enough for me. I could just give you all a bunch of big wet kisses because I am so proud of you and I am so happy to hear that that horrible witch is gone because she talk about unpleasant. You know, and I'm just real glad that y'all were able to get her out of here. Dawn Aurum, I'll make you my special plum pie. I don't make this for just anybody. Usually, if a guest wants a slice of plum pie, they gotta pay extra for that. And you know that all of my meals come on the house. This is special. I'll make it for you. Just because of what you've done. We'll save a couple pieces for your friends.
I appreciate it.
Thanks, yeah. Aurum's just looking into a pot, looking at his new antlers, like, investigating himself.
Oh, honey, do you just want a mirror?
Oh, I did. You were busy. I didn't want to impose myself.
I can always make time for the likes of you two. You can always just ask if you need something. You don't have to stare into a bowl of water. If you want to look upon your regal visage, this little crown of antlers here, I can get you a mirror. Hold tight. And she like goes and starts rummaging around through like crates and stuff, and then eventually we'll pull out like a very like kind of like dingy like silver hand mirror that has like rose motifs on it. She's like, well, I need this back when you're done because this was payment that somebody gave me to stay here, and if I give it to you, they won't be able to stay here again. So gonna need this back, but here you go.
He just spends some time taking in what he looks like now.
Yeah, you have antlers coming out of your mane. They are like they're still very like fresh and probably like it's weird, like especially touching like them and like feeling the vibration of like bone into the rest of your bone is probably like I would imagine that's like a little disorienting.
Yeah. Are these the type of antlers that like get a little fur lining after time, or is this like just bone antlers?
So the velvet that antlers normally get, and you would like definitely know this just from like living out in nature, antlers take like a while to grow, and the skin stretches around them, and that's how they get their velvet, and then that skin eventually rips away. And it can actually be a little bit gory looking because they'll have like strips of this like skin coming off of their antlers. You didn't have that time to grow, and so you think like all of the gore and like flesh that just kind of like ripped open from your head probably would have been your velvet, but you did not get that.
Alright, so it's just bony antlers. Stick.
Yeah, they're just like fully developed antlers.
Stick. Alright. After a few minutes, I'll give her back the mirror.
Thank you. You know, I mean, you like I said, you look so regal. You already looked great. You have this lovely mane of hair, and now you've just got these antlers. It's just really interesting. And you know, I don't think they detract from your looks. If anything, I think they add to it. And they give you a little bit of interest, make you a little different.
I gotta say, you did look kind of half-baked before.
Oh, Dawn, that is so rude. Very funny.
Thanks. You know, it hurt. It hurt real bad. I guess I am full baked now. I don't know.
You're not feeling any kind of like other side effects, are you? It was just the just those antlers from that fruit?
I had to dance.
Well, right, yeah.
The fruit made me dance for like an hour. It made me. I saw a whole lot of colors. Then I got a really bad headache. I don't think I do. I have any side effects other than the antlers?
Roll insight check yourself. Just roll an insight check against yourself.
Insight.
I do love that highly wisdomous people by stats are like able to understand themselves better.
Mm-hmm.
15.
Yeah, you're kind of like you're doing like a little body check. Like, I feel like maybe after, like, if there were ever any like big fights or like a really dangerous hunt that you had to go on, sometimes like to calm down, you might have to like sit by yourself and almost like meditate, but it's not like that like woo woo. Like you would kind of just like take stock of your body parts and like ground yourself. And you do that, and like you feel the same like physically, but there's like there's a part of you that kind of feels like you know how to talk to people a little bit better. Like there's something there that like you feel this connection to this like fey magic where like not necessarily as part of your inherent force of personality, but something in your mind has unlocked a deeper understanding of like how to engage with people. Which of the proficiencies did you take from your otherworldly glamour? You get deception, performance, or persuasion. Do you know which one you took?
I took persuasion. Yeah.
Yeah, you're definitely like feeling like you're feeling better at like engaging with people, and like you think you'd be better at convincing people to do what you want. And I think there's also like a bit of, let's see. You kind of like, you knew how to do magic a little bit before, like you had some spellcasting ability, but like it kind of feels like there's like a little bit of extra flavor in there now.
All right.
Like a little spice.
I don't feel like physically different. I just have a little bit of like I guess different mental things going on. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
Are you seeing things that nobody else is seeing? Because
No,
that's sometimes not good. How many fingers am I holding up?
1, 2, 4. You're holding up 4 fingers.
All right. And you're not hearing any voices talking to you or seeing things?
That's possible. No, I'm not hearing any voices. I was seeing things. That was before. That's not now.
All right.
My magic like feels different. I don't know. I feel a little bit different.
Yeah. You know, I guess the two of you do look a little bit stronger. You know, you do seem like you're getting more comfortable in whatever sorts of abilities you may have. So maybe you're just coming into your own.
I think the best way for me to put it is like I felt like I was a stranger, and now I feel like less of a stranger to where I am right now.
I don't really get it, Don. Do you understand that? I don't think I understand what he's saying.
Nope. I feel
I feel more connected to this nature, I guess. I don't know.
He shrugs.
Well, I suppose as long as it's not hurting you or anybody else, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I feel a little stronger too, but I don't feel any. I don't know. I had to
You
take
got
an
a cool
oath.
sword.
I mean, I guess.
You took an oath.
Yeah, at the party I was at.
What do you mean you took an oath? An oath is a powerful thing in the Feywild, baby. You gotta be real careful about doing things like that.
So I heard. But unfortunately, I kind of had to.
You had to. Did you get yourself into a pickle? Did you take something from somebody and have to repay it?
We both agreed to follow a guy named Sam.
Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Sam. Let's see if she can... I don't know if I know who that is.
Well, he's a dickbag, so I'm kind of glad you don't.
Oh, alright. I'll take your word for it.
I thought he was pretty nice, to be honest.
I thought he was pretty
He did make me eat this fruit
Uh-huh.
that nearly killed me, it feels like, but it's fine.
Oh, will you?
He's nicer than you sometimes, Don. You're always angry at me.
You know what it
He's
is,
pretty
Aurum?
nice.
Aurum, I don't think he'll ever admit it, but you know what I noticed? When Don's hungry, he gets a little angry. We call that hangry.
Oh.
I mean, he always
I
seems
get
a little bit surly, but I've noticed that sometimes after I cook him a good meal, calms down a little bit. It's like all of the blood goes from power in his brain to his tummy, starts digesting, and then he can't think of all the rude things to say anymore.
Oh, I get it. I get hungry too. Come here. You know what? Give me a hug. I'm sorry.
Don't touch me.
Hug Don.
No.
Hug Don.
Alright, plenty nice. I'm working on the plum pie. It'll be done in maybe 30, 45 minutes. But yeah, she will bake a plum pie for the two of you. And it is like hands down the most delicious pie you've ever had. It's like sweet, it's a little bit tart, it's like crispy and gooey and amazing and warm, and it smells fantastic.
Delicioso.
The flavors are melting on my tongue.
The flavors are melting on my tongue.
This is hands down the best pie I've ever had.
I know.
It's gooey and whatever the fuck the DM just said.
Yeah. It's it's gooey and melts in your mouth, and I don't know. Yeah, it's good. Well, I thank you two. I kind of know it's the best pie in the world, in all the worlds, in the Feywild. You'll be hard pressed, no matter where you go, to find somebody who makes a better plum pie than me. But she will, she'll sit and chat with you guys, give you like food, drinks, whatever you want. She loves hanging out with the two of you, so you can stay as long as you want. You can go to your rooms, you can go to the common room, you can do whatever, but she'll spend time talking to you and just like listening to you, describing your like adventures. She'll ask you about I think she's heard a little bit about Dawn's life because she's asked him about it, but like Aurum maybe not as much. So she like asks you like where you're from and just like wants to hear about like, you know, like your old life before you came here and things like that. So you can share whatever you feel comfortable with, but she won't like push you to talk about anything that you don't want to talk about.
Yeah, I think he is open with talking about his tribe or whatever. I don't think he has a problem talking about it. Or the where am I from? I have it in my notes. The Shining Plains.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, he's open. He doesn't really hide anything.
Do you tell her that you're married?
Yeah.
Okay. She's definitely shocked at that. She's like, well, Aurum, I would not have guessed. Look at you.
I'm gonna put something in the chat.
Why?
I can't say it out loud.
I guess I just kind of thought you were maybe more independent, you know, more striking out on your own.
I'm independent. I'm pretty independent, I think. And I came out here on my own, thank you.
Yeah, but, you know, I guess maybe I didn't expect that you had, you know, that kind of side to you, or you would have settled down. You seem so young and vigorous and full of life. I just didn't think it was your time yet, but...
It's better to hunt in pairs because, you know, creatures can be pretty aggressive
I guess, if you're out there in the wilds getting all sweaty and in danger together, it can kind of lead to some passions, I suppose. Wow. Good for you, honey.
Why did you
Thanks.
word it like that?
Weird. There's a lady. I'm sure you miss your partner very much, and I hope you get to see them again soon.
Yeah, I mean, like I miss my whole tribe, but yeah, I do miss my partner, whose name Jamie is forgetting.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I
I'm
missed
good.
him
Hey,
so
listen.
much. I miss him so
Listen.
much. Oh my god.
It's like 4 a.m.
I really, really love that
His
person.
name is Mirror. That's Mirror's
Mirror.
reflection.
Yes,
Or just
I
Mirror.
do miss Mirror.
Oh, what a charming little name.
She's hating hard.
She feels cockblocked by your
She's like, I want
husband.
to break this fucking mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty great.
She'll still listen and chat with you about things. Is there anything else that either of you wants to do before I guess the group is probably gonna turn in, take a little long rest? Or you can just leave.
No. Again.
I think the mental anguish I've been through, I need to rest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Let me pull something up. Yeah, when you all go to your rooms, it's definitely particularly comfortable. I think the inn can kind of sense that you might be physically weary at the very least. Maybe a little bit drained mentally just from being around that many people, but there are warm baths waiting for all of you in your ensuite bathroom. And it's a pretty comfortable night. There's big plushy robes waiting for you and fuzzy slippers. And it's you definitely feel a little bit of comfort, which I think is nice, going from swampy horribleness and then party chaos. You have a quiet evening, so to speak, although the time doesn't really change. I think it's just the two of you to roll for Fey Lost. I don't think Jamie, you're not technically Fey Lost, right?
no, I'm an Outlander.
Yeah.
I think.
So I just need my Fey Losts to roll your d8s, please.
Seven. Feel like I may have rolled that one before.
You have.
Fuck it. I'm also gonna roll one. Shit.
This is me doing 6 long rests in a row in Baldur's Gate 3 and getting cutscene after
Spam,
cutscene.
spam, spam,
Spam, spam. I dropped my phone.
Boy.
Oh no, I don't know. Unlucky number.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
Okay, give me 1 second. Sorry. Oh my god, Sirenscape, please. Obey me.
I think Aurum gets to the room, takes his little bath,
Mhm.
throws on furs. I assume he doesn't have a bathrobe, but it's more just thick furs.
Yeah,
what he
it's
likes.
it's whatever's comfortable for you.
And then he passes the fuck out and sleeps.
Yeah.
Sleeps in. He sleeps in for sure.
Yeah, so Clover.
Yes.
You go to sleep. You got your little kitty friend curled up. Luna probably makes biscuits almost annoyingly for a solid hour of biscuits on you, on your stomach, on your chest, all the spots. They always know where to put their paws to cause you the most
The most pain. Yeah,
and
so she's like
going in.
Nova. She's Nova, and she's probably
Yeah.
drooling on the blanket because she can't help herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But eventually you're able to fall asleep. And eventually you open your eyes and you find yourself sitting in a grove of trees, or like you'd fallen asleep like underneath the bough of like a big old majestic oak tree. You can see that it's kind of that like twilight gloam, like warm golden light, and like little fireflies are like flickering in the forest, and like occasionally you hear like little giggles.
Does this look familiar to me? Have I been here before?
No.
I'm gonna try to track the giggles with... Does it seem like they're far away?
No, it seems like they're actually like coming from up in the tree.
Oh! I'm gonna fly up there.
Yeah, you can fly up there and roll an investigation check.
Oh, damn. Okay.
What, 18. You float around and you actually notice that like up in the boughs of this tree there are these like tiny like little creatures. And as you kind of get closer, you see these like almost like butterfly wings of a variety of different colors, but they're not like attached to butterflies or even like fairies. They're fairy dragons, which you've actually met before. Sir Talavar was one, but these ones are perhaps not quite as like regal and dapper as Sir Talavar. He was a singular delight among fairy dragons, but there is a group of like half a dozen fairy dragons that are like crouching on branches and like jumping back and forth, flying, and some of them are kind of like dancing around. You can see that there is a red one, there is a yellow one, there is a green one, and there is a violet one. There's like 4 of them.
I think I'm just gonna watch them for a bit. See what they're up to. Are they just playing games?
You watch them for a little bit, and it seems like they are maybe like playing tag, and just like chittering to each other, in Sylvan, and also like it's kind of their language is like a mix of Sylvan, and I don't think you know Draconic, so something else that is like a much like a harsh, very like consonant heavy language. But you can understand like some of it, and they're just kind of like playing with each other and like being silly. Occasionally, like one of them will just like vanish, like a little puff of like smoke that matches in color to like their scale color, and then like they will like pop out a little while later and like maybe play like they like dump a little bit of water onto like another dragon, or like cast like a spell on them or something, and they're just playing. Are you being stealthy?
Yeah, probably. Because she's used to watching others play while she stands on the sidelines and just watches, so I think she's gotten really good at absorbing into the background. Hopefully.
Okay, roll stealth check.
I just remembered I have a thing. I'm gonna use the cursed luck stone to give myself advantage.
Okay.
Cursed?
I don't know that, but I think
Luckstone
it's
from a sea hag?
I mean,
You mean the fully,
Impossible.
definitely not cursed
Well,
Luckstone?
Thank God I established that I was rolling twice. Let's see what happens, roll 20. Watch it be another nat 1. Oh, okay. I'll take that.
I only see... Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you are able to be pretty quiet. And, you know, like, you just kind of watch them play. Occasionally, like, all of them will turn invisible, and you'll see that, like, maybe, like, a squirrel will kind of come, like, unawares crawling through the tree, like, trying to gather up nuts or something, and then all of a sudden all of the fairy dragons will appear and, like, exhale this, like, gas, this, like, sparkly gas onto the squirrel.
Oh no. Oh no.
And, like...
oh no.
And it kind of, like, they'll become dazed or, like, run, like, off of the tree and, like, fall down a couple branches. And they're just, like, kind of having fun.
I think I'm just gonna watch them have fun. Like, I feel like this is not a scary, like, situation. She feels, like, comfort in this nostalgia of watching, like, others play and have fun, and she's okay watching.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, guarding the space to make sure if there's predators or someone coming for them. She'll kind of take a silent vigil that they don't even know she's there. And just watch over them.
Yeah. I feel like maybe there's, even though it's kind of, there's like a sadness to being in a situation of like being on the sidelines while other people play, there's like a familiarity in that, and that's comforting.
It's very nostalgic.
You're not alone, even though you are isolated.
Exactly. I don't feel alone.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty peaceful time for you, and eventually you fade back into the darkness of sleep.
Nice.
Ego. You fall asleep. And when you awaken, you find yourself in like a cave. You're just surrounded on all sides by stone. A big, like, hollow space of stone covered in stalagmites and stalactites and faintly glowing mushrooms. There's like crystals that seem to protrude out of the wall. But there's this like faint glow in an otherwise fairly dark space.
Alright. A dark and cold place. Probably one of the best places I've woken up in these dreams so far. First off, I'll look at myself. Am I like transformed into anything in this dream, or am I just me?
You're just you.
Okay. Well, this is great. So Ego is like definitely gonna like just sort of get down and investigate everything, like look at the mushrooms, like maybe pick one, look at the crystals.
Yeah. You can look around at everything. The mushrooms are like bioluminescent. They have this kind of like blue-green glow to them. And the crystals are sort of like, they're very like rough and like natural. It doesn't seem like these were like carved out by hand. It's just kind of like worn away in the space. But they come in a variety of different colors, and there's like small pockets of like geodes where the crystals are like very densely packed. A lot of them seem to be like kind of a purple color. There's a couple that are like red and yellow. But yeah, you can pick some mushrooms, pick up a couple crystals. Hold on, I'm checking something.
I blow up.
The
crystal cries.
No. You're like kind of like having this nice peaceful time by yourself, collecting little trinkets in this cave, and like you hear the flutter of like dragonfly wings.
I literally just heard it on Sirens. Alright. I will try and find the source of that sound. Ego likes dragonflies. I've been one a couple times.
Yeah, roll a perception check.
You got it, Mamacita. Natural 20. 22.
Nice. Yeah, you can hear the dragonfly wings, but you don't see the source. But there's like, I think with like a natural 20, you're like looking around and you hear it, and then you realize like, oh, okay, there's something going on here, and you kind of like tap into like this like deep, weird magic, like the magic of hags, and it gives you a moment where like just a split second there's a flicker, and you can tell that there are tiny people that are invisible that seem to have been like following you at a distance. And they're very sneaky and very stealthy and quiet, but you were able to hear like the sound of their dragonfly wings. And for a moment you kind of like see, you know how when you're invisible in a video game there's like that distortion effect of like, yeah, like kind of like the waves of heat on a highway. You kind of like see that, and so you know where they are. It seems like some of them are like peeking out from like behind a toadstool, or like perched on top of like rocks, or like clinging to the stalactites and like looking at you.
All right. Even though I can't see them, by your description, Ego will turn in that direction and say, I can see you. I don't appreciate sneak thieves. What do you want?
You hear like little gasps and like some like little murmurs of like tiny voices talking to each other. And then eventually like the invisibility there's like it's almost like leaves rustling, like that visual effect of like leaves rustling from a distance, and then suddenly you can see that there are a few sprites in like dark leather armor and like little like leaf cauldrons that kind of like pop out, and they're standing like maybe 30 feet away from you, and they're like looking at you. One of them like has its bow ready, and they're like, how did you see us? Who are you?
I lean down so that like my very big face is like almost to their level, and go, a witch doesn't reveal her secrets for free. I asked you a question. What do you want? Why are you stalking me?
Like, you're in our cave. You're in our home. You're picking our mushrooms and crystals.
Well, maybe if people weren't invisible and spoke up, I would not take them. I woke up here. I'm dreaming.
And are your intentions pure?
My intentions are my own. Do you mean, do I wish to harm you?
I suppose.
I look at their little drawn bow. That depends if you're going to use that, I suppose.
I'm only going to use this if you try to harm us or take any more of our crystals and mushrooms.
Any more?
You've already taken a few.
That I have. I will not take any.
They look, a couple of them like whisper to each other. Well, if you are going to behave yourself, like you say, then perhaps you wouldn't mind if we investigated you a little bit closer. We want to look into your heart.
This is something you can do?
All sprites can see into the hearts of others. I can see your intentions, I can see what sort of cosmic forces drive you. Sprites are extremely powerful, and you should be very careful about intruding on their territory.
I will take your words to memory, little one.
Good, don't forget it.
I don't forget many things. Especially faces. So, stands up straight again. I would like to know my heart. If you could tell it to me.
Alright. No funny business, you. and this sprite will fly up to you, and it has these like his wings are kind of like, they're like almost like black in color, but like translucent, and they have that like rainbow shimmer to them, like an oil slick. And you can see that like he has like a little like buzz cut of like dark hair and like this like dark armor. And he will fly up to you and like gets like right up in your face and is looking at you very closely. And then he flicks you on the nose with his little finger.
Ow.
So he's going to use his heart sight ability on you. You can resist and make a charisma saving throw, or you can like succumb to the power of the sprite.
I truthfully do want to know my heart, because like Ego is a very dark person, but also there's a lot of love and care in there for their friends, and I don't think that that's a lie. But also I have a vine sprouting out of my chest, and everyone I talk to in my dreams cries and runs away from me. So I let it happen.
Yeah. Yeah, so what is your current emotional state, Ego?
Ego was a bit defensive. I know that's not necessarily an emotional state, but like tense. Because every single time that I've had dreams and there are people there, they start crying and saying mean things about me. And I will admit, if that had happened to get, like, if I had gone back to like the tea party and everyone was having fun, I would have snapped this time and done something probably a little bit aggressive. So there was tension. Ego put on a scary face, trying to be more like their mother when, you know, trying to go away from this place.
Yeah.
Run. Yeah.
So, the sprite technically also does get to know your alignment because you did not choose to fight the save, which I think for like player characters can be a little bit more fluid, but what do you think Ego's alignment is?
True neutral.
Okay, so the sprite like flicks you and you almost like feel for a few moments that like your heartbeat resonates in the entire cave, and the sprite kind of like looks like it's listening to the echo. You seem a little bit wound up, but there's something else there.
What?
And it'll put its hand like back onto your nose, and like you're very this creature is like 6 inches from your face, so you can see him very clearly. He touches your nose and your heartbeat continues to resound in the cave, and then all of a sudden he has like a sharp intake of breath and gasps, and his eyes roll back in his head. And instantly all of the other sprites are like shocked, and they like come flying over to try to help him. And as all of them get within like 10 feet of you, they like stop and like will fall to the ground and start like convulsing, and their eyes roll back in their head. And then all of a sudden, all of them like sit up at the same time, and you can see that tears are running down their face. You're really like, if this happens again, I'm sorry. There's tears running down their faces, but their eyes are still like rolled back into their head, and like they all are like looking up at you. And they would say in unison, "He who knows grief unbound, remove yourself from Our Lady's land. The Queen of Air and Darkness rejects you. The power of your heartbreak is not welcome here." And like as they finish, like you feel yourself pulled away, and you find yourself once again in your mother's hut, as sometimes happens after you have these dreams. And you can see your mother is sitting in her... She probably has, like, a rickety old rocking chair that, like, there's no way that this chair could, like, support her, because she's, like, kind of a big lady. She's, like, 10 feet tall. And this little rocking chair looks like it should not be holding together, but she's there rocking. And I think she's, like, probably smoking from a pipe. And, like, the air in this hut is, like, hot and enclosed and dark and smoky. And...
My fists were clenched, and there was a spell that I was about to release on all those innocent little sprites. And when I see that I am here, there is, like, I let go, like, I relax my hands, and the spell, I let it dissipate.
Why so tense, child?
Because I grow tired of dreams where everyone turns me away and doesn't explain why. I grow tired of people weeping when they see me. I grow tired of them relinquishing their hospitality. I have been kind. I have been respectful of laws old and new.
You have. But you broke my rules. You left. And there are consequences to your actions, whelp. You know this.
I broke a rule, yes. I wandered too far. It wasn't my... No. It was my intention. It wasn't an accident. And I'm sorry. I'm not saying I'm undeserving of punishment, Mother, but I don't know what my punishment is. You've been cryptic with me, too.
You were never meant to come back to this place. And you broke a rule. That rule was a dam holding back a torrent of power, the likes of which you and I have never seen. So your sorry means nothing. What has been done cannot be undone, child.
Well, maybe if you explained your rules instead of just making them up and not saying why I do things and why I can't do things, then this wouldn't have happened.
Silence. You dare speak in such a tone to your mother? You would talk back to me? I loved you.
No,
I have always loved you. Every time I have loved you.
I know, you're the only one who did. I didn't mean that.
From the first time we met, I loved you. And I have bore the burden of that for millennia. For lifetimes upon lifetimes. Loving you and caring for you over and over again, even when it hurts. Breaking my heart open again and again. And you do this. This is the thanks I get?
No. No. Please. Take me home.
Innocence is lost, and it cannot be taken back. You have made your choice. I have cared for you for lifetimes. You have been born again and again, and I have found you every time. I have cared for you every time. I have seen you reborn again and again and again. And as difficult as you can be, I have always loved you. But this time, This time, for some reason, it was not enough. And your actions cannot be undone. I will always love you, but you have made a choice. And plans and ancient ways have been set back into motion. And I am not powerful enough to stop them. You are not powerful enough to stop them. The power that will come to you is more than anyone and any place can bear. If you are to stay where you are and become what you are destined to be, the very fabric of reality will unwind and fall apart. Everything that you think you love about the deep and ancient magics will be gone and plummeted into darkness and grief. There will be no balance, child. Have I taught you nothing, if not to respect the balance of the ancient ways? And you throw them in my face.
No. You did teach me. You've taught me everything. I don't know what Mother, I don't know what I chose. I don't know what I am. Besides your child.
I don't
What do I
believe
do?
you are not ready. You are not ready to see what you have been. You are not ready to see what you will become.
Then how do I become ready? What do I do? Tell me. How do I preserve the balance?
You have a lot of nerve asking me to fix your problems.
Tell me how to fix it myself, then. It was my mistake, you said. It is my mistake, so it is mine to fix.
I know of only two beings, two forces in all of creation that could have a chance at stopping you from becoming what you are on the track to become. One of them is my mother. The mother of hags. The Baba Yaga.
Baba Yaga.
The Baba Yaga is what made me what I am today, and the one who helped me seal you into mortal form. When I was a stupid girl. And then there's the Great Hunt. Friends, allies, once, for you, who, in their grief, have gone mad, and seek nothing but death, and destruction, and grief, and chaos. You created them. They are the only ones who could stop you. Would you let them kill you? Would you let them steal your essence? And see you undone? That is not just death, child. That is unbecoming. You will be no more. Everything that you have been, and are, and will be gone. So tell me now, do you want to stop it?
Not to be born again.
Never.
I think you've said that I have been.
Countless times.
But you say that the alternative is that I destroy everything?
If you are permitted to continue on unchecked, then yes. The only other alternative is to start the cycle again, and I don't know that I have the power to do this. Which is why my mother would be the only other one.
If the alternative means that I hurt my friends, that I hurt you, that I hurt everybody, then one person is just a drop in a bucket. I don't want to destroy everything.
And yet, if you were to die now, as you are unlocked and on this path, you would destroy everything. It's not so simple as discarding one life. There is a delicate balance at play here, a cycle that needed to be respected. You are born, you are raised, and when your power grows too strong, you are sacrificed to be born again, and I find you, and I start over. And as long as you never went back to the place where you were born into this power, everything would have been fine. But now, the cycle has been interrupted. And I don't have the power to stop.
I'm sorry that you had to kill your child over and over again.
You are so much more than my child. I have loved you since I first set eyes on you. I have grieved for you. I have been undone and remade for you, and this is the thanks I get.
No. No. I will find Baba Yaga, and I will petition her aid. If it goes too long, I will find the hunt. I won't let it happen. I won't.
And I hope for, if not your sake, the sake of your little friends, that you find my mother before the hunt finds you. Because you are not the only one they seek. And you keep dangerous company indeed. Company that is quarry, prey.
They are dangerous. Yes. But not to me. They will keep me safe until I can find her. And I will do it, whatever needs to be done, for them and also for you.
Perhaps it will be as you say. My mother gifted me with foresight when she made me, but this path that you have chosen, even I cannot see the conclusion of it.
Don't look with your eyes. Look with your heart. Believe that I can do it, and it will be done.
I have no heart. You shattered it into a million pieces. Long, long ago, before time itself. And that damage cannot be fixed. I could not be made whole again. I could only become something different. Something more. But always lacking. I have no heart. Because you took it.
You know that I don't remember. You know that I don't know. I'm young like this. I just want you to say that you think I can fix it.
I think you are destined for great power, but whether that will be the power to fix problems or cause them remains to be seen. Whether you are able to right these wrongs, or consume all of existence with them, is a choice you still have to make. There was power promised for you. I could have shown you a great many things. You had centuries left before this cycle needed to be repeated. I could have shown you what true bargains look like. Power to tap far beyond this weave that the gods created in their youth and immaturity into something far more ancient. You have witnessed the creation of life by my very hand as a child. You have seen those who are dear to you born by my hand, and you have squandered that power. So no, I'm not certain that you will be able to stop what you've started, because you've squandered all of the gifts that I have given you. To your room, child. I'll hear not another peep out of you. No supper for you.
I go to my room.
You go to your room and you shut the door behind you, and instantly you are surrounded by blackness again. And you are back to sleep, albeit probably not a restful one. And then you wake up. Yes, Jamie.
Huh? What?
Raise your
I
hand.
was turning my mic back on.
Quick timeout, Ink. Are you all right?
Oh yeah, no, that's
Okay.
all. That's all. It's acting. No, that's
Okay.
wonderful.
Just making
Oh
sure
my
you're
goodness.
okay, 'cause
I'm like an eldritch. I'm like a fucking. Oh no, this is very bad. This is very bad.
Okay.
But
Just wanted to make sure that you're
this-
okay, because that got kind of heavy with the abuse
Oh,
and manipulation there.
yeah, but like, I don't know. If she's telling the truth, it sounds like I'm kind of pretty bad.
Is
And for anybody who's
okay?
wondering why we were
Destroy-
making faces, we were talking about killing his mom in the chat.
We were making plans. It's okay.
Oh man, that's funny. Rose is light rain, Don Solo's it. Oh my god. Alright. The group of you wakes up. Aurum, I feel like you probably had a hard time sleeping because you just need to adjust to like having antlers. You can't like lay on your pillow normally anymore.
I'm like, can't lay on my side.
Oh,
Can't
no.
lay on my other side.
Oh no.
I feel like eventually you figured out how to like lay your pillows in such a way that your antlers like they're stacked up high and you're almost like partially like sat up so that the pillows go in between your antlers to cushion your head. So it probably wasn't like super restful.
Little cradle.
Yeah. I feel like Clover slept great. Dawn, I feel like you probably slept great too. Because you usually do.
Yeah, I went to sleep and I wasn't abused by my mom. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Diego, when you wake up, like if you're wearing your shirt, there's like you can see that there's like something underneath your shirt that is like making your chest look like a distorted shape.
Like a tent.
Just open up the shirt at this point.
Yeah, so where you had like a little like thorny rose tendril poking out, there are now like multiple like thorny vines coming out from your chest, and they actually like are spreading across your chest and around like this horrible rib cage that is like encasing you. some of the thorns like are poking into your flesh and like becoming embedded there. But it's like it's almost like you're getting this like cage that is like forming around you.
I thought it was my hag transformation. Thought I was growing up.
Nah, man.
No.
You're growing
No.
out.
I thought you were growing a shrub or something.
Ego just... I mean, listen. All of those other dreams where everyone's like crying and you're like, harbinger of sorrow and all this other stuff. Ego woke up and was like, whatever, like, I know me. Now, thinking about those images that she saw in the House of Mirrors, how no matter when it was in my life, I was crying, how I got, you know, the Wand of Smiles, and it didn't actually make me feel happy, and I think like I don't prepare my spells. I don't do my morning ritual, my meditations. I just like try to get out of bed. Like I probably had to get out of bed to go look at this a little bit more closely and like just collapse to the ground and like literally just weep. I there's nothing I can do to make my mother love me. I'm going to hurt all of my friends and destroy everything I care about, or I have to stop existing. Like, not die. Like,
Yeah.
stop existing.
Be unmade. Like the worst thing for. Oh boy.
It's just full weep. Probably the strongest emotion that Ego has ever shown ever. But
Yeah.
not a good one.
Yeah. It's a rough morning. Taking a big L. Left with a lot to consider.
Ego venting about it down in the background. Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Did you just fucking say womp womp?
Womp womp. But yeah, you so
Literally
you
what you do to me in real life when I have a breakdown.
So I am creating a specific feat for you that you have unlocked now as part of gaining this information. I will give it to you. I'm still putting it on D&D Beyond right now. But you basically gain Curse of Bedlam is what it's called.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm putting it in as a feat because that's like I feel like that's the easiest way for me to be like,
Yeah.
here's some stuff that you can do. Because I remember when Chell had to do this for me for Talus, they like made a magic item that I could like do a spell from. So
Bedlam, a scene of uproar and confusion, or archaic, an institution for the care of mentally ill people.
Aha.
We're all a little of that. We all kind of.
We're all a little bit in a curse of Bedlam, aren't we?
Yeah.
a little bit.
A little bit. Is that our party name? The Curse of Bedlam?
You know, it's kind of raw.
I'm not gonna lie. Don't know what's fully going on with everybody else, but right now I'm gonna say it. I have the worst life. Me.
Oh man.
My life's. Hey
what are
guys,
you
I think my mom sucks. but I'm not sure. It might actually be my fault.
Maybe. I'm not sure yet.
It might be my fault. It's probably my fault. You know, she probably did everything that she could to be a great person.
Honey.
And
Oh
I
my
ruined
god.
everything.
Oh no. Oh no.
You know what? You did ruin everything. It is entirely your fault.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I can't even, you know, take my sword to myself about it because she says that will just unleash the power early.
As soon as
I really
Ego
thought I
brings
was
this up,
I really thought I was gonna be like, all right, I guess I'll just
I'm just
kill
gonna
myself and make a new character.
no.
No.
fucking Ego comes to talk to me, and I look her in the eyes and just start crying.
Oh my
It's like,
god.
happening?
It's
I don't know. I don't know how to I don't want to just be like, and then I tell them everything. Like, I need to think about how I would explain.
No,
this.
that's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
You don't have. Yeah, you can take your time to think about it. You don't have to like unload on us as soon as you wake up. You can take time
Hey,
to
good morning.
process.
Hey, good morning, guys. I really need to talk to you about something.
That's true.
I think I'm gonna destroy all of reality. And my mom basically told me to go fucking kill myself,
Oh
but
my
not
God.
really. I have to go, and I knocked over my light.
Oh, no.
I have to go find my grandma, Baba Yaga. I have to go find my grandma, Baba Yaga. But also, I made the Great Hunt, and they're gonna unmake me. And it's
Oh,
all
no.
because I went to go get mushrooms, and I went to the Feywild.
If
Oh,
Ego
yeah, big
actually
session.
brings it to us like that, both Aurum and Clover are crying. Like 100%. You better rethink your strategy.
Al yapping session.
But
Uh,
yeah, is there I'm assuming Ego is probably like the last one of the group to gather up in after the rest.
Yeah,
Probably.
I figure Don had a great night, so he's probably one of the first people awake.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
He'll
I'm also up
probably go-
early.
Yeah, I'll probably go talk to the fish.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, back to some shopping.
Yeah. So Moby Richard is there and he's ready to do some commerce.
Yeah. It'll be like, what kind of items do you got again? I don't.
I got everything. What are you looking for? I got scrolls. I got
Wow.
potions. I got some magic items that I made. I got some more mundane stuff if you're looking for that. I got armor, shield, swords, some shit for camping. If you like to, like climb rocks, I got some rope. I got whatever you want.
I want another one of those scrolls that you had, right? For I want stilts back. So the fine steed or whatever you called it.
Yeah. I can. I got that. I got that for you. 1 second. Let me just see. Let me just check. Oh, I think I got it. And he will go back into his void of Captain Baja's mouth. And let me just look at the spell to confirm how much it will cost. I want to say is it 3rd level or is it 2nd level?
Second.
Okay. Yeah. So he will present to you a scroll of fine steed. It is 2 trinkets.
Yep. He'll hand over the 2 trinkets.
Okay.
do we have any, like, out of character, do any of us have healing potions? Should we get some?
He was going to ask about how many healing potions. he
Yeah.
has. Yeah.
Clover
Nice.
would help you if you need help with that.
Yeah, the regular old potion of healing is 1 trinket. If you're looking for like a greater, like basically, there's a couple different tiers of how much they can rejuvenate your meat suit. And the more powerful they are, the more trinkets they are. So if you just want a regular old one, give you a little boost. If you have some cuts and scrapes, it'll close them up probably. That's gonna be 1 trinket each. I got a couple that are have a little bit more of a zing to them.
How many of the regular do you have available?
Let me go count. And he will go down and come back up after a little while. So I've got 5 of the base kind
Okay.
available.
I'll get 2.
All right, that's 2 trinkets, doll.
I give him 2 opalescent conch shells that laugh when you hold it to your ear. I have 2 of them. I give him the pair.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you can totally do that, and you can add 2 potions of healing to your inventory. He would also tell you that he has 1 greater healing potion, and that will be 2 trinkets.
I'll take 2 normal healing potions and a greater for 4 more trinkets.
Yep. All right. There you go. I got 1 healing potion left. So, if any of your friends want one, tell them to stop by.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything else? Magic items. I got I got
What do you got?
I got some stuff. If you want it, I can make anything. If you're looking for something specific, I just need time, and I might need you to go find some supplies. But I can probably figure something out.
Good on my end. If I have something I need from you, or if I think of something, I'll let you know.
All right, kid. Any other shopping anybody would like to do? Do you want to think about it?
Yeah, I might need to think.
And
I
we
don't think. Yeah, I'll think about it. I don't think
We can
Clover-
we can come back to it. I can send you the list of his items that he has.
We need to get like a on the go shopping service where like a bird comes and we
Amazon.
give it trinkets and it brings us yeah.
next day
I mean-
delivery.
Got to get some Amazon deliveries going.
Oh, stupid fucking that's annoying. It didn't.
Formatting.
Well, when I copy something from like the Microsoft like OneNote thing
Mhm.
into Discord, it sends it as an image instead of just
Oh.
like text.
Weird.
Try this. What I do is I open just a regular notepad because that always removes all formatting, paste it into there, copy it again, and then paste it.
Oh yeah.
Because I have to do that all the time because I put things into Google Docs and the like color is weird and stuff.
Yeah.
Shit, a +1 shield. Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's
Off-
pretty good.
Yeah, he would tell you like just off the top of his head those are like some of the main things that he's been working on.
I am actually interested in the +1 shield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let me open that up. The +1 shield he would tell you is going to be 3 trinkets.
Ooh, I
But
have
he-
enough trinkets to get it.
Yeah, he can like make it look however you want.
Yeah, I'll use... Yeah, because I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trinkets. Well, 4 trinkets left. And then I have Agden's branding iron.
Mhm.
So I'll just take out 3 of those.
Okay.
And so I give him leprechaun boots tied together, a tiny clockwork dragonfly, and a tiny wooden figurehead of from a model ship because I want to keep the chess piece that's dressed like a dancing satyr.
Yeah. I do like that everyone like eventually finds a little trinket that they're like, oh.
This is mine.
This isn't for trading. This is
They're
like
like, I think there was one that was like cat whiskers that Clover got. Like there was something with cat whiskers and
Yeah,
like
tiny
it's
wooden
little,
loot.
It's a little loot.
with
like,
cat
little
hairs for
cat
strings.
whiskers. Yeah.
And I also have the sprig of rosemary with ribbons and feathers. I'm like, that's a cat toy. How can I get rid of that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like that we have some trinkets that were like, actually, I'm not parting with this one.
Yeah. Yeah, you can buy the +1 shield.
Hell yeah. Thank you. I will use this for evil.
Oh.
It's a joke.
Do you
Do
say
we-
that to him?
Yeah.
Well, good luck with that.
He's like, it's a joke, but
I mean, it's not for me to decide how you choose to live your life.
I guess not. No. Yeah, you're right.
But he will produce the shield for you. If you just like take it as it is, it has like a very like you know, like the very stylized, like koi fish, like almost like calligraphy, kind of like ink drawings.
Yeah.
It's basically like that, but like that's like the design on the metal has been like hammered out and like I don't know what the word is for when the metal is like put into like a shape like that. Like, is it embossed? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like pushed in, embossed.
Yeah, but so it basically has this like very regal koi fish with 2 big pop eyes on it. And it's just like a silver like round shield.
Yeah. That's cool.
Nice design.
Can I get him to make it green so it matches my sword?
Yeah, it'll take him like a couple hours to do, but he can dye it for you.
Thick. I needed to match my sword.
Yeah.
Do we still have the boon of the Bullywug Court after we killed the...
I mean, you killed the king and became the king, so yeah.
Okay.
That's just like you guys
We
just
are,
have that.
yeah, we are the bully.
we are the
kings.
Bullywug Court.
I guess I didn't
We
think
are the
about that.
Bullywug. Yeah.
I am the Senate.
Yeah, so that's like, just like a permanent thing that you have.
Nice.
Cool.
Did I give it to you guys as like a magic item so that you have
Yeah.
the ability? Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
got a charge for short or long rest.
Nice. But, yeah. Anything else anyone wants to do at the end of the road?
I'll give my other shield to Aurum. My old one. I'll basically be like, I know you don't really, like, use shields or anything, but it's some extra protection on the off chance you want to keep yourself from getting stabbed in the face while you punch people with your other hand. Shield bash someone, I don't know.
I could just like put it on my back and be protected on my
That's-
back.
Not how shields work, but sure. And I'll hand it over.
Like strap it on somehow to protect my shoulder blades.
Well, if you ever get backstabbed,
Yeah, they can't stab me in the back now because I have a shield there.
your AC only goes up by 2 if they're attacking from behind.
Wow.
Making that a magic item right now.
Yeah.
Little cat,
Yeah.
you wanted to go see a person.
Yeah, I'd like to go see the Watcher.
The Watcher. That's the
Yeah.
name.
Yes.
I let them borrow something really important to me for a promise. And I promised I'd come back, so to make them feel better about me leaving, I left a picture of my mom.
Yeah. Think it's
But if you-
probably... I think it's probably good that we go back and revisit so you can pick up your picture, because after that we might be gone from here for a while.
But if you, like, wait, you had to give that to leave?
No, I didn't have to. I felt bad because he was.
Roll a history check. Clover.
In
I
Clover's
think
mind,
you
she's
did
like, I
have
felt.
to give it to it
Did I?
because it wanted someone to stay with it because it was lonely. I think.
Yeah, but I thought because I promised I'd be back, they were okay with it, and then I left my mother's picture so it wouldn't feel lonely. That's what.
Yeah,
well, but
in
that's-
my
but
mind, that's what happened.
So what it basically, after it like answered like your 3 questions, it told you that
Mhm.
like in exchange it wanted somebody basically to like stay with it forever and keep it company because it missed its
Correct.
mother. Like it wants
yeah, that's
and
true.
then
That tracks.
you
Then
were able to like finesse your way out of that by being like, why don't you keep this picture of my mom for now, and then I'll come back and I'll stay with you. Like kind of you're like, don't worry, like
Yeah,
we'll find your mom.
Yeah, I remember you specifically being like, you can have the picture to until we get like your mom back, you know, so you didn't have to stay with it.
Oh.
Yeah. So unless someone is gonna stay with it forever.
I mean, we can beat the shit out of it.
No, it's just sad and lonely.
Well,
I
where's its
could-
mom?
Yeah, but that's a picture of your mom, right?
Yeah,
Ego
but his
would
mom,
possibly be able to offer something, but
his mom
But where's-
is Sibylna, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we
Oh,
have to.
oh,
We still need to free her.
oh.
Oh, then I guess maybe I should leave my mom there.
It's gonna be a while until you get it back. Are you sure?
No,
We
I think we
can.
should go talk. I think if we go talk, we could probably convince him by saying like we're gonna go get his mom back.
I
But
think we already tried doing that.
I already promised that I would.
Yeah, so why does he need your mom's picture if you already promised?
I just felt bad. He was so lonely. I thought because he wanted a mom, and I know what that's like, so but maybe she could keep him company.
I mean, maybe he'll appreciate us coming by to like check on him, and then
I don't know about that.
I guess I made a promise. And we haven't got her back yet.
it's gonna be a long time. It's gonna be a long time
It's
before we
okay.
can do that.
It's okay. It's fine.
You're
I
lying.
mean, do you still want to go at least visit and see your mom before we head off to some other corner? Speaking of, I have to talk about that because I think I know where where we're going next.
Well, yeah.
Yep. But it's a little bit of a sore situation, I think.
What if we leave Clapperclaw?
We can't.
Oh,
Clapperclaw's gonna be the one to get us to our next destination, so we need someone
Oh.
that can get us through the mist. Clapperclaw's the only way who knows the way through the mist into the next area because it's where he escaped from.
little cat, you better stop lying. I don't like when you lie.
Fine.
No, that's fake. You're faking it. We're your friends. You can tell us the truth. You can stop pretending it's okay. You want your picture? We can go get the picture. I'll fight him for the picture. I'm not scared.
No, I don't want that. Aurum, I really don't want that.
Why don't
don't-
we just go so you can spend some time? Like a day trip. Like I said, we're gonna be going somewhere else soon.
Yeah, he's
Wait. Looking at vendor inventory, BRB.
Aurum just starts T-posing in the middle of the conversation. Wait.
He like starts talking to Ahab, and he and he oh my god, Baha. I always do it the
I know, I did that
wrong
on
way.
purpose.
He starts talking to Baha, and he goes into the T pose, but like he glitches, so he starts sliding slowly away from Baha.
And then, like, his character model gets caught on, like, a cup on the table, and the cup does the Skyrim item thing where it starts, like, launching across the room and kills someone. It's just, like,
Yeah, I
clicking into people.
It hits Black Donald, he goes,
He just does the Gary's mod physics body.
I was just thinking if hey, can I buy the figurine of wondrous power?
Why did I know that's what you were gonna do?
Hold on.
are you gonna give it to the Watcher? So
Yeah.
Because it'll give him a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's gonna be 2 trinkets.
All right. Yeah, no problem. Here you go.
Yeah, and he will give you the figurine of wondrous power. The silver
Boom.
raven.
Boom.
This can turn into an animal. I was asking if he had like a magic scroll or something that could help him make a friend, but he didn't have one of those. But he said this will do it.
Oh, okay. That'll probably
Then we
make
can
him
get
happy.
We can get your picture back, and he can have this.
Sure, we could try.
Speaking of, aren't there people here that want to get through the mist? Too.
Few people, I think so.
Could probably get a couple favors out of them if we and they can come along with us.
We should also go see.
Isn't it on the opposite end of the map? I'm trying to remember. Like, the
Jingle
Watchers.
jangle?
Yeah, if Watchers up north, isn't she like south?
Mm-hmm. well, okay, so when you found her, she was south. Technically, like, her, the little hill that she lives on is not stationary. It has feet, and it walks around.
Oh, another one.
Yeah, but this one's like a big old hill. With, like,
Okay.
trees growing on it and stuff.
Okay.
But I feel like that's, if you just, like, go up, like, you could probably see where that is. It's, like, a giant moving hill. That'd be hard to miss.
Do we have any others? Christy's asking because Kristy can't remember. Do we have any other side quests that we need to turn in?
Oh, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, we've pretty much resolved everything with the Bullywug Court.
Yeah.
It's just giving Jingle Jangle her chime back.
Yeah, I'll fly
And-
above. I'll fly above the end to look for that hill. Just give us like an idea.
Yeah, you can find it. It's actually a little bit, like, more north from where, like, it was before. So it's still about, like, halfway. It would be, like, halfway through, this region to, like, get to it, but you don't have to go, like, top to bottom.
Okay.
You think
Yeah,
you could
whatever.
you could probably go, like, hill to Watcher and, like,
Yeah.
kind of just, like, take a little loop there.
Okay. I'll tell everybody what I saw. Where it is.
Anything anybody else is wanting to do before you set off to wrap some things up with Jingle Jangle and the Watcher?
You gotta go grab Ego from crying on the floor of their room.
Has Ego been in their room this whole time?
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
And I've been trying to roll just for my own to see if they can get their shit together. And I've rolled below a 10 on
Yeah,
wisdom
I see
save,
that.
which I have a
I
see
plus
that.
4 to.
You also can't get into their room unless they are, like, willing to have company.
Right.
That they are, they're not pushing everyone away. That's
Mhm.
that's not what's happening. They're just sad. So you can find her door.
Knock, 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 knock.
Who is it?
Everyone. We're all here.
Everyone.
It's
Ego.
it's been we've been awake for like 4 hours.
I think we have a plan.
All of us.
I'm sorry, my friends. I lost track of time.
Are you sick? Are you feeling okay?
There's no response, and then the door just opens. Very clearly, I mean, I tried to see if I could hide it. It's like the puffy eyes, the mascara has run down my whole face. I didn't do up my shirt either, so I have the whole rib cage of thorns. No.
Oh
No.
no.
I just hug Ego.
No,
What?
the thorn.
I don't care. Are you okay? Does it hurt?
A little.
But that's not why you're crying.
My mother came to me in my sleep, and she told me some things. I'm not, something very, very bad is going to happen to me, to all of us, if I can't find someone who's very important.
What does any of that mean? I don't really deal in vagueness.
I just squeeze Ego's hand in like
That
reassurance.
is like such a frustrating thing to hear.
Aurum sits crisscross so that he's like more at like eye level ish with you, and he'll like hold your hand.
My mother said that I'm not what I think I am, and and what's happening to me is not what I thought was happening. I thought that this was part of my hag blood. I thought that I was going through a change, and I was becoming a hag. So I wasn't concerned. Now, I realize that that's not what's happening. I'm turning into something very, very bad. And it's going to be very, very bad. It's going to hurt people. It's going to hurt everyone if I don't stop it. Because I wasn't supposed to come back here to the Feywild. My mother was keeping this magic inside me, keeping it dormant, keeping it sealed. With the help of someone very powerful. My mother's mother, the mother of all hags. Her name is Baba Yaga. And I need to find her so that she can put this back inside of me. Or everything is going to fall out of balance. And if it falls out of balance, it will be destroyed. So I need to find Baba Yaga. So I would like to go to the Watcher and see if he knows where she is.
Your dream mom came into your dream and told you you're going to end everything because of some ancient dream. What? And she just told you this, and then you woke up and said, yeah, that makes sense.
Look at me. Look at what's happening to me.
I mean, you're not unstable. You're.
Every
Can
time I
I-
go somewhere in my dreams, people see something in me. They are scared and they cry without understanding why. And when I looked at myself in the Hall of Mirrors, I was crying. In my painting in Bavlorna's hut, I was crying.
Well, it's because you lost your smile.
But it didn't fix it.
Because
Well-
you don't fully have it.
That's another thing. Your smile wasn't quote unquote fixed because you're missing a step. I suppose now's the great time to bring it up, but you need just more than finding it to return it to you. An archfey or someone of similar standing needs to be the one to put it back into you.
Baba Yaga is the mother of my mother. They are the mother of all hags. They are just as powerful, if not more powerful than any archfey.
But if you're stronger than that, why can't you put your own smile back?
I don't know.
Have you tried?
Have
I
you
guess
even
not.
asked any questions? Have you gotten any answers? Other than you're bad?
I mean, she said that it's a cycle. She finds me as a child and raises me, and then I become more and more powerful over the course of a few centuries, and then before I get too powerful, they sacrifice me, and then they find me again.
That
And it
sounds
keeps the balance.
that sounds insane.
Sounds awful.
To me, personally, it sounds like you're breaking the mold and they're lashing out for that. I don't know if you should believe it,
What did
especially
you
if
even,
their plan is to kill you.
yeah,
You're
what did
not
you even
bad, Ego.
what did you even do to cause any of this to happen in the first place?
I left home. I went back to the Feywild. It awoke it.
Maybe they're just scared of you. Maybe you're not a problem, but you could be a problem for them, and they know if they take advantage of your good nature that they can
Did you even
make you get
Can
rid of
I-
yourself.
While
Wait,
they're
but-
going back and forth, can DM, can I just cast Detect Magic and see if there's been any change in Ego? In this curse mark?
Yeah, I was turning out my mic on. Yeah, so you can cast attack magic and your like little eyes can like they go like full kitty cat, like kind of a
Kitty
little
cat.
bit of a
Reflective.
purpley glow to them. Yeah, I mean like So
Because it's clearly bigger. Like it's like the thorns and is it a rose? Like
I've
it's
got
It's-
like a whole
they're
thorny,
basically
like ribcage.
yeah, they're basically just like vines that are sprouting like directly from Ego's sternum that then like curl around, and they're like thorny vines. There isn't any sort of like rose or anything that you can see.
Okay.
God, detect magic on.
I'm just trying to see if there's been a change because like I've used Detect Magic around Ego before, and I'm just trying to see if like there's. I don't know if it's a vibe check on magic. I don't know.
Yeah, so I would say they still look more or less themselves. I think their spell book has like a little bit more like color to it, which just makes sense because they were adding things to
Yep.
it. But like when you see them like this with like these like thorns on display,
Mhm.
it's how do I explain this? This is almost what you're looking at is like hard for your mortal mind to comprehend.
Okay.
Because you are looking at something that isn't visual. It is like a feeling. And you've never seen, like, you've seen people express feelings, but to see a feeling like made manifest and like existing, like this is it's like very hard to comprehend. The Feywild like is pure emotion and like just
Right.
pure like life and existence. And this it has that tinge of just like it's almost like that same tune. It's like there's like a note, like a
Mhm.
single musical note that
Gotcha.
that represents like the Feywild, and this is there, but it's like soured. And it's very dark, and it's very sad. Like there's something about this that just goes beyond like magic. Like it's not necessarily a school of magic, but there's something a little bit like a tinge of darkness. that is coming from those like thorns.
Yeah, Don is probably just gonna continue to speak, and he's going to say, you know, I think you'd think if it was something this important, they'd deign to mention it before now, and probably mention it in person and not in some strange dream. When did you even break this rule and go into the Feywild just now?
No, when I was younger.
You mean when we... And did you know about it before?
Not in this life, I guess.
So
She told me that her rule was to stay home. That was her rule. You listen to your mother. And I broke the rule.
you broke the rule by what? Going to a carnival and accidentally breaking a rule you didn't know existed and being transported someplace you didn't know you were going to go.
I knew the rule was to stay home and not wander the forest, and I did it anyway.
Well, she's not a very good mother if she punishes you that much for breaking one rule. I mean, that's a little bit excessive.
And what the fuck were you supposed to do about it? Just say...
Stop yelling at me!
You, like, Clover, like, you see with your detect magic up, there's, like, this, like, wave or, like, pulse of just, like, negative emotion.
my mental illness blast.
Yeah, there's just this, like, wave.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go behind Ego. I'm gonna slowly put my hands on their shoulder. And I'm gonna, like, wrap my arms, like, around your upper torso, like your upper arms. And I'm just gonna start purring. And saying, "You're not alone. You're not alone in this. We'll figure it out, okay? Deep breaths.
Trying to figure it.
No, you don't need to figure anything out right now. We were already gonna go see the Watcher. So we'll go return Jingle Jangle's key, and then we'll go to the Watcher. One day at a time, one step at a time. Think about now, not then."
Whatever the fuck is going on with you and your mother, just know, logically, even on a whatever this plane of existence sense is, it doesn't make sense or add up. There's no reason why she wouldn't tell you something this important and just hoped you'd understand, especially if you're a kid.
Don's right about that. You were just a kid when you left. We all were. I mean, we all lost something that day.
I know. But you don't know our ways. So I will say this. You don't know my mother. You don't know the relationship that we had. But maybe there's something more to know. Maybe they are afraid of me. I think they are afraid of me, Aurum.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think they're scared of you.
If there is the possibility that what she says is true, and I don't have a reason to believe otherwise right now. She raised me. She made me who I am. And it sounds like she's raised me for a very long time. If there is the slightest chance that it's true, I don't want to hurt all of you and the people here at the inn and beyond. If it is true. So I must act with the caution that it is. Either way, Baba Yaga is wise. extremely wise, the most powerful mage in the world, the first witch. Either she can fix this, or she will tell me what is really going on. Either way, the road leads to her.
Okay.
Just think about if the possibility that you could be walking into a trap.
I can understand if she's raised you. I can understand if it's been several lifetimes even since you're from here. But even my parents wouldn't let me do something so dangerous without proper warning and not just vague rules. And they're probably the most irresponsible people I know.
Touche. Clover's gonna ask, have you met your grandmother? Sorry, that broke me.
You didn't even
No.
know she was your grandmother.
I didn't even know she was my grandmother. In hindsight, I suppose it makes some sense, but
And what kind of shitty ass family is it where you don't even know your grandma? I know all 63 of mine.
Oh, God.
Yikes.
Yikes.
once again, Baba Yaga is like a legend among hags, the originator of our magic and who we are as a thing. Forget Archfey, forget gods. Baba Yaga is the blueprint.
Ego, you would also know that, like, to have that close of a direct line to Baba Yaga is like you knew she existed. You didn't even think it would be possible at this point for how long existence has been that there would be anyone who was like a direct line to her, because hags make other hags. They don't make them the way that people do, but like
Yeah.
there are generations and generations of hags, so to be like a direct
Yeah, that's
like
fucking impressive.
second degree like separation
Yeah, my
from
mom
her
is one of the first hags ever.
it's like, yeah, that's very rare.
Like what we're dealing with the hourglass, like fuck the hourglass. They're probably small fish.
Don will probably say to that, then he'll say, well, if whatever is going on with you is that dangerous and that Baba Yaga or whatever the fuck she is one of the only people that can deal with it. And she is the originator of all hags. Maybe there's more that can be done. Because according to at least some people, satyrs were pretty hot shit back in the old Feywild days. Once I get a hold of whatever the fuck Sam wants me to master, inner peace, and party, I don't know. We might be able to do more than you think. Don't count us out. We're here too.
I wouldn't. I was told that you all I was told that I keep dangerous company. I said that they're not a danger to me. So you are powerful. But that brings up one more thing. I'm sorry. It's early, I think. But if not Baba Yaga, there is possibly one other group that could deal with it that are known as the Great Hunt. Unfortunately, I don't want their solution, if I can help it. They're the Great Hunt. They only do one thing.
Are they doing that right now, or?
It is what they were created to do. They hunt, and we're special. We're important. We're powerful, and we're going to get more powerful. But that means that the hunt could come.
I mentally connect with Luna. I'm like, do you know what this hunt thing is? Have you heard of that? Are they scary? Should I be worried?
Oh, does she know? We're also coming up on time here, so we
I
might
know,
need to
I'm
put
sorry.
a pin in this conversation.
That's fine, yeah.
I know, I might have
apologize,
to kind of
guys.
just end it with like,
Shit.
someone here is already their quarry.
She rolled a nat one. She doesn't know. She's like, I don't know what that is. That sounds scary.
It does sound scary. Okay.
I understand being wary about my mother. Most of you never really knew her. But she is my mother. If you have care for me, at least heed her warnings. She said that one of us was already a quarry of the Great Hunt.
Of course.
Eagle, I'm gonna be honest. My only real problem with your mother is that you put more stock in her than you do yourself. And I think if you focused on your own magics rather than really kind of focusing on the fact that other people are better than you and worked on yourself, I think you could be more powerful than you realize you can be. Stop trying to live in a shadow and come out into your own.
My own deeper, darker.
Yeah, your own shadow or light, maybe. You know, that's what's outside.
Right. Don says, according to the tenets Sam is making me follow, I have to be, a herald of the light or whatever. So, but maybe your darkness is a light on its own. That I'm still figuring it out.
Darkness and light are both needed. You don't have one without the other. It is a balance. But you're right, Aurum. If I am what she says I am, if I am a second generation descendant of Baba Yaga, and I am whatever this thing is inside of me, then I can be more powerful than my mother.
Right. Stop living in a shadow. We could make if Dawn's the light, Dawn has a shadow for you. That could be yours.
Was it be the light? He pulls out a piece of paper which he wrote all of the tenets on. Was it be the light or was it shelter?
And it was both.
Both? Yeah. Yeah.
Both.
I have to
Yes.
I have to kindle it. I have to shelter, preserve my own, and be it at the same. That's a lot of shit to do at the same time.
Well, I didn't explain everything probably as best as I could have, but I'm happy that I have my friends. And I mean, our journey doesn't change yet, right? We're going
Right.
to the Watcher. I have a question for him.
Yeah.
And I will seek out more power.
And I'm not scared of no stinking hunters. I'm one of the best hunters I know, so.
But
Stinking hunters.
my
Disrespect.
I need you all to promise me, if this is true, and I can't fix it, we cannot let what I would become come to pass. You understand that, right?
I'm not making a promise to kill you.
Day by
And
day.
nothing's that black and white.
by day.
No, not to kill me. No. But to let me go.
Same thing.
Day by day,
doing
Ego.
it.
Day
No.
by day. Day by day. In the moment, in the present, day by day. Let's not think about that. I don't want to think about that. Day by day.
Sorry, bud. Promises are too binding here.
Yeah, you guys told me not to
That's
make
the-
promises.
That's the point, because I don't want you to try and preserve me if it means your own destruction.
It depends on the circumstances when we get there.
I just hug Ego tighter and purr louder at this point.
Just
And
yeah, he'll reach out and pat Ego on the shoulder.
I am an eldritch god of darkness and sorrow, and I'm going to swallow the world in reality.
Right now you're barely 4 feet tall. So
Yeah, I'm sitting
not
down and I'm at
worried.
your eye level, so
I think that is where we will leave off for the evening. As your friends say, fuck you to promises.
Fuck you! Fuck you to
and
promises!
Eldritch beings.
The corner of her mouth twitches, trying to smile on its own.
Yeah. I would like to give you all inspiration, because that was so good that I can't not. So everybody can
Aw.
have an inspiration for this time.
Hey, Vic, can you give yourself inspiration for that Baba Yaga
was
Lord
good.
Drop
With my-
Dream? That shit
That
was
scene with my
fire.
mom was so good.
The heavy
saying it
lore.
We're not waiting for the recording to go. That was so good.
So good.
You've given me probably the coolest character backstory that I've ever had. If it's true. If you're lying to me, fuck you. But also,
know-
I mean, I guess it would be safer for the world.
Yeah, I guess that remains to be seen. Thank you very much. I'm glad. I've been waiting for a time to drop that on you, and I was like, that
That
I
was
think
so
I think
good.
this is it, because you were really oh, they're not crying, so I think Ego isn't going to have a mental breakdown and snap, because if it did happen, they would. And I was like, I have bad news for you.
Yeah. And you know what? Hey, I think I know why you want me to play Ego in Baldur's Gate 3 for the Dark Urge playthrough. Just a thought.
Yeah.
Just maybe.
Well, thank you to my players, as always, for joining me on this fun, crazy journey. Thank you to everybody who's watching this. Thank you to Little Dragon Corp, Carver Castle Games, and Sirenscape. Anything anybody wants to say before we close out for this evening?
That's it. You're awesome.
right.
Wow.
GG.
pee pee poo poo.
Wow.
Pee pee poo poo.
Poo-poo, exactly.
Pee
Pee pee poo poo.
Alrighty, so, the next time you have a dream confrontation with your mother in which she tells you that you are a being of great sorrow and darkness who's destined to destroy all of existence or be snuffed out permanently.
So
Don't
much.
forget to roll your proficiency. Don't forget to add your proficiency bonus.
Hey.
We'll be back. We're probably gonna be off
that
next
plus
week.
2 is really gonna help. Yeah, we're probably gonna be gone.
We're gonna be off next
so-
week, but then we'll probably be back the week
Sorry.
after.
Yeah.
That's my fault.
Okay.
It's okay.
It's okay. All right.
We're gonna
Thank you
take
for
a
putting-
week off soon anyway.
GG
Yeah.
babies.
We take one a month usually.
Yeah, one a month. All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.